You are listening to BL in the Air. My name is Chy,
And I'm Alex.
and this week we are continuing our discussion on Khemjira. So we're going to be talking about episode 7 through the end. But before we get into that, Alex, what's in the air with you today?
I've been playing a little bit of catch up. I have watched a bunch of shows, but I've left off like the last like 3 or 4 episodes on a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I recently finished That Summer, which is the Winnie
Mm,
Satang show.
yeah.
It's so good.
Okay. I keep
I so
forgetting about that one. I'm like, I
yeah.
feel like it would hit the spot, but I keep forgetting.
It's it's very chill for the most part, right? Like there's some moments that are a little more tense, but
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's very very chill, very beach vibes as it should be, right?
Yeah.
Um and like I shouldn't be surprised that I like it. It's a JoJo show.
Mm-hmm.
But I went in with like I barely know anything about Winnie Satang. I love them. They're great.
Okay. I've mentioned this before, but I've seen them as like a
Yeah.
side couple in a few shows and I didn't
Mhm.
really care about them.
Yeah.
It's like not their fault, but the shows I just like it was
Yeah, it's
My School President and We Are, and I didn't really like either of those shows. So I feel
yeah.
like my perception of them as a couple is kind of like I don't like I wasn't that excited, but I've heard a lot of really good things about That Summer, is it called?
Mhm.
Okay. I do want to watch it just cuz of
Yeah.
like
I
the good
was
things I've heard.
yeah. I was worried that it was going to be a bittersweet ending there for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Just by how the plot went and the fact that it's that summer. So it was one of those of like is this
Mm,
like a summer fling
just
type
the
of a
one
thing?
summer, yeah.
Yeah. I'll say it's a happy ending. I'll give that much.
Okay.
Um, because I was stressed about that. I was like, that was part of what held me back. I think I'm watching like the last episode there for a minute because I was like, okay, I know where we're at and where we need to end up, but is that where we're actually gonna end up, or is
Uh-huh.
that yeah? But no, JoJo didn't do me dirty.
I feel like I need to watch it in the summer, though, for the summer
Yeah,
vibe. Like, it's, I don't know. I think right now, maybe it would be like a good escape, but I feel
yeah,
like if I watch a summer show right now, I'm going to be like so sad that's not me.
yeah. It's it's definitely weird watching them hang out at the beach and whatever. But I guess in Thailand it's like warm year round.
Yeah.
Because I saw oh, I don't remember who. There was a few different actors that were complaining about it being cold, and I looked and it was like 63 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh
It's
my
like, oh,
God.
it's like that's my high today,
Yeah,
which
it
is
was
still
35 today and I wore a t-shirt and jeans outside because you
oh,
know what? It was 50 degrees warmer than the day before. So it felt
oh my
like
god,
paradise to me.
that
That's
sounds
where I'm
awful.
at. Yeah, it's been a terrible winter so far. I'm suffering.
Yeah, Sunday, Sunday the low here was 18, and like
Hmm.
I could not get like the chill out of my apartment, and I thought about you. I was like, how do you handle that?
Yeah, it was like negative 20 and we just suffer. I don't even
Negative
there's
20 sounds like a fake temperature,
it's like
not somewhere in the states.
have you ever been outside and your nose hairs freeze immediately?
No,
Yeah, that's what it happens. And then you just like feel in your nose it's like stiff. 'Cause your
that
nose
sounds
hairs freeze.
horrific.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
bad.
that's why I've always said as far north as I'm willing to move is like North Carolina.
That's it?
That's it.
That's like the deep south for me.
No, that's not the deep south. You take
That's
that back.
it is. That's the
That
deep
is not
south.
the deep south.
It is.
Because I
That
lived
and
in Charlotte.
I always joked about this, but I went to Missouri once. I went to
That's
St.
not the
Louis
south
and I
either.
was
That's the
like this is
Midwest, isn't it?
that's the south.
Is it?
Missouri?
Wait,
Yeah.
I
That's
don't count Missouri as the south.
yeah, Missouri's not Midwest. It's too far south. But
It's not the south either.
but I kept joking about it being the deep south and I was like I know it's technically not, but to me it is. Like they're doing the
Yeah.
noodling and all that.
They're doing what?
Noodling. This
What
is
is
so
that?
off the rails. Okay, I'm only mentioning this because earlier we were talking about catfishing, but in Missouri, the way it like
Oh,
you
oh yeah,
catch
yeah,
catfish, like you just like fist them.
yeah.
Like it's called noodling. But I have
I
friends from
forgot about
Missouri, and they
that.
were like, "Yeah, they do the noodling." It's like
Yeah,
very deep south down here.
it's not
So
deep
that's
south.
my
I
yeah,
grew up in the deep south. That's
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 my perception.
when I moved to North Carolina, I was like, where the hell have I gone? It's not southern at all. Like
Really?
I was in such a culture shock moving to North Carolina. I was like, where I can't find fried okra. That was like my first thing. I was like, I can't find fried okra anywhere.
Mm.
And the sweet tea, you can taste the tea. That's the thing. In
Oh.
the deep south, I can't taste the tea in my sweet tea. It's
Oh, that's too bad.
no, that's how it's supposed to be. It's pure sugar.
Oh.
It's to the point where you have to like overset like there's like chemistry to it. They get in maximum amount of sugar in the tea.
Uh-huh.
Because if you add it, like it has to be as hot as possible because if you add it while it's cold, the not all the sugar will dissolve
Mhm.
because it's too much sugar. You need the heat, the energy to actually dissolve it.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
if I can
interesting.
taste if I can taste the tea in my sweet tea, there's not enough sugar.
I love tea,
I mean,
but
I have a good hot tea right now. This is
oh, what
it's
flavor?
a black tea with cloves and cinnamon, I think.
Oh, that sounds
Right?
good.
I didn't add anything to it. I drink it as is.
Mhm.
But when it comes to my sweet tea, I'm very particular.
I see.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
we we went
it's
we went
totally
to
rogue.
straight to noodling. I don't know how we
Yeah,
started, but
I don't either. But
for all the non-Americans listening to this podcast, I'm really sorry. That is
I'm
not a
not
part of American culture I wanted you guys to learn today.
noodling,
Noodling. Yeah.
fisting fish.
Fisting, literally fisting fish. But I guess it works. I don't know. Fish do have
Oh boy.
teeth, so it sounds kind of scary to me, but
Yeah, catfish is like the one fish I don't touch. Like I used to go fishing with my dad all the time, but
they're sharp as fuck.
yeah, they're painful. I would make
Oh,
him take them off the hook.
yeah.
That's one
Yeah,
of
they're
those. He had like gloves. Other ones I can touch. They're fine, but
walleye I won't because they have like their teeth are so sharp.
I don't think we have those down here.
Really?
I'm
That's
not
like
sure.
that's our number one fish is the walleye.
Oh, oh. I grew up in Mississippi for. I don't think I've mentioned that here too much, but
Yeah.
um, we export 50% of the U.S. grown fish or catfish.
Yeah,
So
we were discussing a lot about catfish earlier today. Not
yeah,
related to that
anything.
summer or anything else.
No.
I've just had a really
Yeah,
catfishy day.
yeah. Makes me crave catfish.
I know.
But that summer they don't go fishing in that either. I don't think.
Really?
Maybe once. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's it's been the main thing I watched. Been that, and I think To My Shore, which is unhinged.
Is there any fishing in that?
No,
Oh, is it like beachy though, like shore?
no, I don't know where the shore comes in because there's nothing about it. Like they're in a city. There's like a
Okay.
river at one point. Somebody almost jumps in the river to
Hmm.
like commit suicide, but um
Oh, okay. Very
yeah.
different
He gets
shows.
yeah. No, To My Shore is unhinged. Um there's a lot of I don't know. I think at some point I would change my name and move out of town if I was one of the main characters and be like, I'm just gonna start over. It's fine.
Because it's like
Like,
toxic or
yes, it is incredibly toxic, and it is
okay.
more one-sided than the other is toxic.
Mhm.
'Cause, like
Like
the
one's
one guy, he's
toxic and then one is like embarrassed about it.
no, so one's toxic, and the other one just doesn't take shit. So like somebody does something to him,
Mm.
and he has a very valid crash out over it, and then like goes and like stalks him and finds him in like a bar, and like he goes, as payment for what you did to me, I'm gonna just beat you for 10 minutes, and
Oh,
so like it's not great, but it's also justified, I would argue.
okay. I'm
Right?
fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. But the other one that's actually toxic is just fucking insane.
Okay.
He's literally ruining the other guy's life just to get his attention.
Interesting. Okay, I kind
Yeah.
of like that the one is getting their lick back though.
Yeah, so the one he's beating is not the one who's fucking him over though. That's a third person
There's a
involved.
third person.
So not relationship wise, but
Oh Jesus.
the one who
Okay.
did something to the not toxic one is not the toxic one at that moment.
All right.
It's some other guy. Um
I'm
so there's a
lost,
lot
but
of that.
okay.
Yeah, there's like there's the two main guys, right? But then there's like all these other people that are causing problems, but it all leads back to the one toxic guy. The other guy doesn't always know that, so he's taking some of his anger out on
Ah,
other people.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So, the show's fun. It's good. It's so toxic.
Mhm.
And I feel bad for the one guy, right? Because like honestly, he's a good guy. Like I don't even know why the other guy was like has such a vendetta against him because that's how it started. He had a vendetta against him where he's like, I'm mad at this guy, so I'm gonna ruin his life, and I don't know why. Just that's how we start.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. But then he catches feelings, right? And so now he's like, okay, well I fucked his life, but I like him, so now I'm gonna fuck his life more so that he has to stay with me. He's like the logic we're at.
I see. Well, I wonder
So
how it'll turn out for them.
I don't know. I don't like it's fun. I'm not I'm rooting for them because it's fun, but I'm not
Mhm.
rooting for them because I think they should end up together.
That's no, I feel that honestly. I might like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd like the show. It's
Okay.
fun. Yeah. But what's in the air with you?
So, I watched the first 3 episodes of Burnout Syndrome, which
Mhm.
was caught up until today. I think another one aired. I haven't seen that. Um and I'm enjoying it. It's basically like maybe I gave the synopsis last episode, but like one character is like struggling artist and he's been down on his luck, and with the emergence of like AI and stuff, it's just been more difficult to work in his industry. And by chance he like meets this one guy at a bar where he kind of has a connection with, and then separately he meets another guy who hires him to do like weird stuff for him, like to pretend that he's the business order the owner and to do the social side of things. And then he those two actually like work together, so it's kind of turned into this like love triangle thing.
Mm.
I don't know,
Yeah.
it's really weird, but I'm really liking it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting often dudes characters to work together. That caught me really off guard.
Oh my god. So I want um yeah, I know. I want so it's Gunn who is like in the main person in the love triangle. And like obviously I want him to be with Dew cuz Dew is like such a
The
better
better one.
yeah, better
Yeah.
choice, but I don't think he's into Dew, which is like crazy. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. I don't know. I'm not caught
I just
up.
so from the first 3 episodes, Office naked so much.
Off is always naked. He's never wearing clothes.
Yeah.
He's like just wearing a towel at most.
So I watched the first like 10 minutes of the next episode of that came out today, and he's in at least half of them and he's naked the entire time. So we're just continuing that trend of he's just naked.
Yeah,
Um
it's a lot.
I mean, kudos to him for being that comfortable filming like that because I could never. I could absolutely never. And like he's legitimately naked cuz you see like the side of like his like leg and like hip and everything, so you can tell they're not just like fake. Like obviously he's got like some modesty stuff on. They have filming stuff for that, but like it's not like they have like underwear on that they forget to hide in the NC scene sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun. I I don't know what I was expecting from the show, but this isn't what I expected. Like it
Hmm.
vibes are the same, but plot is different, I guess.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of what I expected, but I'm still
hmm
waiting for like shit to go down. Like
hmm
like I know it's going to get a lot more intense, but I'm
yeah.
enjoying like the tension that's happening so far, cuz I feel like that's the main point of the show is like tension, which I
hmm
always really like. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think we're gonna hit some issues whenever Off's character finds out about Do Gun.
Well, and also Off's character, his company is like AI or something.
Yeah.
And so Gunn, yeah, that was like a whole first point where Gunn was like, I'm not helping you feed your shitty AI database, but he's kind of bound like under contract now. So
Yeah,
Yeah, it's I think it's gonna get really messy. And
I
I
think
do
so too.
think Do is gonna get fucked over, but
Yeah,
hopefully
unfortunately.
not, because I like I like his character.
I saw somebody say that they hope Do and AJ get together. That would be
Oh.
wild.
Oh. I mean they're like friends, but
Yeah.
I don't see that
Like I don't think it's
happening.
gonna happen, but
No. But that's an interesting thought.
yeah, I definitely made me sit for a minute and go, huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, I did watch the first episode for Goddess Bless You from Death
Oh,
or
how
whatever.
is it?
Good. Yeah. I would say like I didn't really think it was scary
Okay.
personally because okay, there is like scary imagery. Like there's like ghosts and there's like dead people, but there's
Yeah.
no jump scares or anything like that.
Okay.
So to
So
me,
I can watch it.
yeah, I would say so. So like I know you and like maybe some other people were wondering if it was going to be too scary. I
Hmm.
only watched the first episode, so don't take my
Yeah.
word after that, but I was like, okay, it's creepy
Hmm.
and maybe a little bit gory, but it's not scary,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah. I think I'll
So
wait for you
I
to watch
think
a little bit more.
yeah, I think so far it would be fine, but I'll let you know once I watch a little more. But that show is basically it's like a Pooh Pavel show. Um where Pavel's character is like a cop and he's uh examining this like murder that happened, but it's really suspicious. Like it's like a bunch of people are hanging from this tree in this abandoned mall. Everyone's like,
Oh
ew, what the
God.
fuck? Yeah, and then the only person, alive person found on scene is Pooh's character. So he's
Oh.
immediately the suspect.
Yeah.
Um yeah. So, but apparently the police office doesn't have a jail or something. Pooh doesn't go to jail for it. They're like you're literally the murder suspect, and then Pavel's just like, I guess I'll have to take you home. Like, no, send him to
What?
jail.
Take him home like to Pavel's place or
Yeah, to his house, his apartment. It makes no sense.
what? I did see Pooh joke about it. He's played two different characters now and they've both been homeless.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So yeah, and then really quick, I've been watching no, it's just called Player. It's a GL. Yeah, it's
Oh.
called Player.
Who's who's in that one?
Um, it is Memi and Ice. No one I've ever heard of before,
Okay.
but I kept seeing it on Chy and it looked cute. So, basically, that one really quick is about this one girl and she lives in New York and her landlord who's Thai is basically like, "Hey, you want a green card? Like you should marry me and like we'll divorce in a couple years whatever, but you can get a green card." She's like, "Okay, bet." And he's like, "Okay, just send me like 1 million baht cuz it's a really expensive process." So she
Mhm.
does and then he disappears.
Oh no.
And then she gets like attacked by some random guys, but she survives. And so she goes back to Thailand and she's like looking for the guy who stole her money. And she ends up meeting this like drama star, this girl. Yeah, and I'm only one episode in that one too, so that's the farthest I got. So, but yeah,
That's a
it's
lot.
yeah, it's cute and funny.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of intense, but it's not. It's very cute, very funny, so far. So we will see where that one goes to.
I like the tags. It's famous woman, common woman.
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
mean, that's what it is,
basically.
but that's still funny.
But yeah, it's a funny way of putting it.
Yeah, some of the MDL tags I've seen recently have been hilarious.
I know they get really
Cause
specific with them.
yeah, cause the new James Sue show got a release date today, and I went on the MDL for it, and the only tag on it is height difference.
They were like just looking at these two. That's the only one I know to add.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a very long rundown of everything I've started watching.
Yeah. That's fun though. I'm excited for Burnout Syndrome to see where it goes.
Me too. I really hope
Um,
it continues the momentum and just
I
gets
think it will.
crazier and crazier with each episode is what I want.
Hmm. I think we'll head in that direction.
Mhm.
So
All right, well, should we get back to Khemjira?
yes, my favorite show.
Yeah. So,
I'm so excited.
I know. So I if you missed it, we did cover episodes 1 through 6 in our last episode.
Hmm.
We basically talked through the part where Prim is trying to win Paran's heart and Pong is trying to win Kem's heart.
Hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
that's the farthest we got basically.
Yeah. Prim asked Paran to do a ritual for her students' play,
Mhm.
and as they were driving away, she was like, "I might have a chance." And
Mhm.
like Kem was like back at the house sulking, going, "I think they're gonna get together.
Yeah.
Like, people, please."
For sure. So yeah, we'll pick up
Mm.
episode 7 right after that.
Okay, well, so episode 7 starts with a flashback to the Uban Ratchathani in 2011, where we get a flashback to Pran and Prim, actually. So Pran is like hanging out at Prim's dad's business, where I think Pran's dad works or something like that. And he's got his mom's cassette, which having a cassette in 2011 is crazy.
That is crazy.
It's one of those they've like come back now. I have cassettes now. Um,
Hmm.
I have a cassette from Dan from Dan and Phil. I have from his show that he did, the We're All
Oh,
Doomed show. I have a cassette from that.
okay. Dang, I
And
don't think
yeah,
I've had a cassette since like 2004.
yeah. For some reason they're coming back. I
Okay.
don't know why.
Okay.
Like vinyl's coming back makes sense to me. Cassettes
Mm.
just don't. Um, but Fran has his mom's cassette, but like all the tape has been pulled out of it.
Mm.
And he's having a hell of a time getting it back in. I think at this point it's dead. Which is always such a bummer. Um, I don't know if you had a lot of cassettes as a kid, but the tape coming out was the worst.
Yeah. You have to wind it back up. Good luck.
Hmm. So Prim comes and sits down and sees like the mess, and it's like I guess one song on there that his mom really liked, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I downloaded it onto my MP3 player," and like they share like earbuds and listen to it as normal people in 2011 would.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we see them bonding over that, and then we're back to 2025. And Pran, Kem, Jet, and Charn are all going to where this play is happening, the one that Prim has asked Pran to like do a ritual for. And this place is really cool. I like this whole scene honestly, because this is where there's like some battle that happened like historically, and so they're doing like a play to reenact it sort of, and as like a almost like an appreciation for like the spirits and stuff that are still there, and to bring back attention to like what they did because they sacrificed a lot for some freedoms, I think. Um, So, but Rampung is lurking as well, and like Kem sees her and just goes, "Maybe I shouldn't be here," um, right? Because there's all these spirits and stuff around too, and so Kem goes over to Pran. He's like, "Maybe I should go," so Rampung leaves everybody alone here, and Pran's like, "You're fine. She can't do anything here, right?" And it's like, okay, that's vague, but sure. And then Pran gives his amulet that he's been wearing, that his grandfather gave him, which is the one that matches the one Kem always wears. And he gave it to him as like extra protection. It was like, don't lose this, give it back to me later, type of a deal. Um,
Yeah. I thought the scene was like so beautiful. Like, because you see
hmm
like the whole performance. It's like really
yeah.
cool.
hmm So, but before we get there, there's some scaffolding that like falls, and some art gets broken, and like Pran like ends up getting hurt trying to save someone from the scaffolding, so he has like a bruise or something on his arm, and so Prim is the one who ends up like treating his like bruising or cut or whatever he ended up with. Um, right, because of course she is.
Mm.
And Kem is like, actually, I can help with the art because the kids were like, well, we're never gonna be able to fix this, and Kem's like, I got you because Kem is a really good artist.
Mhm.
Um, And so he's helping the kids like repair the art and whatever. And Pong shows up. It's Prim's brother, right? And he starts hanging out with Kem, and like Pran immediately jealous. And he's like watching them. Like Prim's like trying to have like a serious conversation about like feelings and shit with Pran, and Pram's just like, you're gonna get a sunburn, like looking at like Kem like sitting out in the sun painting, and all he's doing is watching, and like Pong there. It's so funny.
At this
Like
point, it's like, whatever, dude. You've been nothing but mean as fuck to Kem. Like, you can't say anything. Like, this dude's just being nice. Like, maybe
uh,
try being nice for once.
I was giggling because I'm like, finally, your feelings are showing.
I know. Like, show them in, like, a nicer way.
hmm And Jet and Charn are like hang out, and like Jet like paints Charn's glasses at one point, so he takes them off, and Jet's like, "Yeah, you look good without your glasses on," which,
Ah, I hate that.
yeah, as glasses wearers, it's like, ugh, okay, thanks.
Yep. I also get that too when if I like straighten my hair and they're like, "Wow, you look
Oh
so much better with straight hair." Like, fuck you, bitch.
no,
Like, serious. Like, first of all, I
I
don't.
had
That's not true. Second of all, that's just like your weird beauty standards
right.
talking. Like, I don't want to hear it.
Like I will say, I also have very curly hair that I straighten every day, but like that's a personal choice at this point,
Mhm.
and mostly because it's just easier to deal with straight hair, and I'm too lazy to have a curly girl method. Because if I don't go through a whole process with my curls, half of it's wavy and half of it's curly, and it
Mhm.
looks a disaster. So I'm like, let me just straighten it. But I had that same thing. There's a guy I had a crush on in high school, and I used to have my hair curly back then, and he wouldn't give me the time of day as far as that goes. We were friends, quote unquote. Um, and then I straightened my hair, and like the next day, he was like trying to ask me out. He was like, "Oh, you look good now." It's
There's
like,
not enough
uh,
appreciation for curly hair.
no, I love curly hair. Like I love your hair.
Thank you.
Like if my hair was like curled like yours did, I would actually wear it curly.
uh,
Um,
I want to see your hair curly, but I know you don't want to.
Probably when we go to Thailand, because
True. The
I
humidity,
can't.
your hair's not
Yeah,
gonna have a choice.
no, it's I'm already like accepted that I'm just gonna be rocking the curls the entire time.
Let's go. Curly hair Thailand trip.
I'm gonna look at the photos and be like, "Who's that girl?"
I
in all
know.
the photos.
Yeah, but two
But
things. If someone has curly hair or glasses, don't be like, "Oh, you look better without." It's
yeah,
it's mean.
it is. It's so weird. Like I personally think I look better with glasses. Like I feel like my face looks like I would have to wear makeup if I
Me
didn't, because
too.
my face just is like too pale and there's just nothing
I
there.
feel like my
Um,
eyes look really small without glasses on. Like I'm naked,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
that's because everyone's always like, "Will you get contacts or like LASIK?" And I'm like, "No, I need my security blanket." I'm
Yeah.
like, I have to actually attempt to make my face look human, if otherwise, because also the bags under my eyes, like from not
Yeah.
sleeping.
Not that Jet was being mean or anything. Like
No, no, he
it's
wasn't.
fine. It is fine to be like, "Oh, you look good without glasses," but I
Yeah,
do always take it the wrong way every time someone says it to
yeah,
me.
yeah. No, this was just. I will say, Charn with glasses and without glasses feels like two different people. Like,
That's true.
like, it does,
It
because
has different
he
vibes.
looks good either way, but like, there is definitely a vibe to it.
Mhm.
um, but this line goes back to a parallel of Jin saying that to Da, and we get a flashback of that. Um, of that, because they're in like the library or whatever, and Da like takes her glasses off, and Jin's like, "Oh, you look better without your glasses." So Jet basically says it twice. Um,
Yeah.
um, so this is Charn having that flashback, and so when he like kind of like comes back, he accidentally calls Jet Jin. So I think this is the second time that's happened. The first time he was asleep. I think that happened last episode.
Mhm.
So Jin's like, "What?" Or Jet's like, "Well, what?"
Who?
Yeah. And then we get the play, and the play is like super interesting and really cool because you have like the spirits there. Not that like I think most of the kids can see the spirits or whatever. I think, but
Mhm.
it was definitely a very moving moment. Um, but it's also really funny because Rampung does try to mess with it, but really just gets fucked over. Like, cause she wants to like take control of all the spirits, cause that's like what she can do, right? That's her biggest thing is she can like control spirits and whatever to do whatever. But the spirits from this battle that they're
Mm.
reenacting are just so much stronger than her that she just basically like doubles over and drops to the ground and then ends up having to go back to her little realm she created and just is like coughing up blood.
I mean, they're
So
like warriors, so.
yeah, like it's hardcore. It was awesome.
Hmm.
But it was one of those moments where I was like, okay, how do we get them to help him?
I know. Yeah.
like
I feel like you could
like
recruit them, but they got their
yeah,
own
like
thing.
yeah, like it makes sense that we don't, but like I would have been thinking about it. I'm like, how do I approach them? Like, can I approach them?
Hmm.
Because clearly they can fuck her shit up, and that would
Yeah.
help Kem,
I just hang out there all day, all
right?
night.
I'm gonna spend my birthday week here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, so after the play and everything is over, Prim and Pran are like off by themselves, and Prim is like, finally, do I have a chance? And Pran doesn't answer her. Um, like he
Fran's
doesn't
such
say
a
yes. He
bitch. Oh my god.
yeah. So and of
Bro's
course
been
Kem
leading her
is
on since like high school.
yeah. Because at one point, I think like their families had like decided they were gonna be engaged, so like
Mhm.
that's been kind of lingering, but not really. I think that maybe got like canceled with him going the shaman route.
Yeah.
Um, so but yeah, and of course while they're having this conversation, Kem is eavesdropping because of course he is.
Mhm.
And after Prim gets a non-answer, she's like, "Okay, well here's a gift," and then like walks away. Um, and Kem's like trying to walk away too, and he gets caught by Pran because like it's like a big open area besides the truck that they were talking next to. So,
Mhm.
and Pran's like, so, so Kem he like plays it off as best he can, and he tells Pran that Pong is gonna take him to the temple fair if Pran lets him go, and Pran's like, you're an adult
Mhm.
basically, like I'm not your like person like that you have to report to whatever, right? But he does that like after asking 50,000 questions. He's like, how are you going to get there? Who's going with you? Is it just a two? Like he asks a shit ton of questions and goes, it's not actually my problem. And even Kem
Yeah.
was like, then why do you ask so many questions?
I know.
It was so funny.
I know. Listen, I don't hate Pran at all. I get him. I understand he's
Yeah.
figuring out his feelings and he's having a difficult time with like balancing being a shaman and being like gay or bi or whatever. He's like trying to figure that stuff out too.
Yeah.
But I do
And we have
like,
past lives,
yeah,
right?
past lives and stuff. But man, sometimes I feel really bad for Prim, who I'm like, oh, like I know you're figuring, like you're giving her a chance and you're figuring out your feelings, but man, it sucks to be let on for like that long. And then
Yeah.
I feel bad for Cam, who is like trying to move on, but like can't because he knows you're into him too.
Mhm.
But like it's a part of like, you know, figuring things out.
Yeah.
But watching it like from a distance, it's so frustrating.
Yeah. So the plan was for Jet and Charn to go with them as well. So that's Pong shows up and picks everyone up, and so it's Pong, Kem, Jet, and Charn go to this festival at the temple. And Pran sends one of his little spirit servants with them to like lurk and like report back if anything happens, which ends up being like a play by play of what's actually happening instead.
Mhm.
Which is really funny because Pran is like, I don't need this play by play, and the spirit that's like relaying everything back is like, then why are you listening so closely?
Yeah.
Like everybody's constantly calling him on a shit.
Mhm. Good. Call them
So
out. That's how you learn. Honestly, you
yeah.
learn and grow that way.
So they go to the festival. Everyone's having a great time. Jet and Charn end up going and like dancing and like together and doing their own thing and having like the greatest time. And Pong is like so desperately trying to flirt with Kem, and Kem just like shuts it down constantly. Is like, oh yeah, this is great, whatever. And so they go into like a haunted house, and somehow Pong leaves with one of the ghosts.
Mhm.
And after that, Pong's like, "Hey, let's go to like the top of the Ferris wheel. I want to talk to you about something, whatever." And and Kem just straight up goes, "Whatever you're gonna say, I think you just shouldn't say it." Right? And honestly, kudos. That's I think
Yeah.
he handled that as best as he could.
Yeah, no, that's
Right?
fair. He's like, they went
So
on one date and he was just kind of like, I'm like not into you that way,
yeah,
which is fair.
I yeah, and it's one of those he didn't let him get as far as like confessing, right? Like we're gonna stop it before it goes that far.
Mm-hmm.
Um and yeah. So they have that and like they're kind of processing that situation when some guys show up and are like ready to fight Pong. And Pong, I will say kudos to him, instead of engaging in this is like we're going to run. So he and
Yeah.
Cam take off running. And they run past Jet and Charn, who see them like, "Oh, we should probably go too." But before they go, the guys catch up to them and they're like, "Oh, you're with those guys?" And then it's like, "Oh, you're the MP's son," and it becomes an issue too. Um but they end up getting away too. So they're all four of them are like running to get away. But the thing is, this rival whatever of Pong's, whatever his name is, he uses black magic. So that's not good for anyone because he sends like the swarm of like insects, I think it's like bees, to attack the four of them, which is horrific. Like
Yeah.
that's a nightmare for me. Um
It's
so
giving, oh fuck, was it Pretty Little Liars? Someone's mom got attacked by a swarm of bees in a show and it was like ridiculous. I think it was Pretty Little Liars.
I do not remember that, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean it didn't happen.
That's what it was giving me though.
Yeah. It's it stressed me out. I do not like bees. Um so Pong and Kim do end up getting away. And Jet's like, I'm the most powerful magically one of the four of us, so I'm gonna handle this as best I can. But somehow Charn is the one that has like a shield suddenly because he like runs off too, but then he runs back in front of Jet and like there's a shield around them that protects them.
Mm-hmm.
That's never really explained, I'll say, but sure.
No. But
Um,
Sharn, oh, I feel like always was the most
yeah,
spiritually gifted of all of them.
yeah, he definitely has the most natural talent and just doesn't really know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because like none of this was his life until this trip.
Yeah.
um, so but that happens, and then they get away, and they're like hiding in like the bed of a truck. Um, and eventually they're like nearly away, but Pong does end up getting stung by like a shit ton of bees. Um, and like Pran has like sent help, right, to do whatever. So then, um, they end up getting away from everything, and they have to bring Pong back to Pran to let him heal. So he's like in one bed, healing. And so Jet and Charn are like, yeah, it's gonna be too much going on in this room, so we're gonna go sleep somewhere else. And while they're getting like ready in the room, they're like talking and making like their bed and whatever. And Charn finally tells Jet about like Da and Jin and like their past lives.
Yeah.
Um, and he's like, I don't know if my feelings are from now or from before.
Mm-hmm.
And Jet clocks immediately like, oh, you have feelings.
Tell me
um,
more.
right? And honestly, I love this scene so much because Jet kisses Charn, and then they end up having sex, and it's like they're virgins, so this is their first time, and they don't. And it's so I feel like it's such a well done scene because they're like laughing and like unsure like the entire time, and it's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Of how like natural it seems, but like natural in an awkward way.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was funny that they went like full 100 in like that moment.
They did. They're like, we're gonna do it all. Like,
Yeah, we're the emotions were high.
uh,
Um,
they're
because
so
like
cute.
up until this point, they'd been like not necessarily flirting, but there's been some tension.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Jet going, "Why am I like this?" Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so they have their moment. And then meanwhile, Fran and Kem are like talking and whatever downstairs in like the kitchen ish area, and And Kem's like walking away, and Paran like notices that he has like an injury on his back where somebody like threw a rock at him, and like he's like super upset about it.
Mhm.
And he like puts some ointment on it, and then he like sort of like starts to confess to Kem. And he's like calling Kem his and how he should have taken care of him better and like all of this stuff. And he's got like Kem turned around facing him again now. And he's like walking him back to like the table, and Kem's just backing away. And and then this episode leaves on a fucking cliffhanger of them almost kissing.
Okay, figure out your feelings real quick here, please.
I mean, I think he did. I think that was the point. Was
Yeah. Except we go to episode 8 and okay, we continue where we pick up
Mhm.
off and um so we have the Prim gifts Paran the cassette of his mom's song, like
Yeah, it's a
the one
little
that we
bit of
saw
a
before.
flashback to like earlier in the day, basically,
Mhm.
because that was the gift that she had given him at the truck.
And so he puts it in the boombox so it's playing and like during the kiss moment Kem accidentally like turns on the music in the boombox, and so like that stops the kiss, and like nothing happens, and like it's not like a ooh like what almost happened. Instead, like Kem leaves. He's crying. He's like, please pretend like none of this ever happened. Paran says nothing. It's like, oh my god, dude, like please say something. I feel so bad for poor Kem.
Yeah, it's because Kem's been honest about his feelings like this entire time. Like
Mm-hmm.
even if he hasn't outright said it, right? Like it's been very clear how he feels.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
for the last while, he's been kind of like, I know you don't feel the same way, so like, I'm not gonna make
yeah, I'm
any
not gonna push
moves.
it.
I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna make any moves or anything at all, except when
Yeah,
Paran does, and he, you know, follows by example. And then
yeah,
Paran like stops it, and he's like, it's just like, I would be so sad.
yeah. I would be struggling at this point.
Yeah,
But I will say,
it's
way later,
embarrassing.
Pran will explain, and I feel like
Hmm.
his explanation is fairly valid. But
Yeah.
like without knowing that, devastated.
Yeah, it's just like embarrassing, and it's like, you know, I feel
Yeah.
bad for him. So we go back in time to the 40s, and Da and Jin, they make their plans to like go to the US and be together. They like have this whole plan.
Devastated again.
Uh, we're gonna pretend like that's what they do, and it all ends happy.
Yeah.
Um, and present day, so everyone they go and they visit Grandma C, and Paran and Grandma they're like talking outside, and she's like, this is when she's like, "You're a shaman, not a monk. Like you can get a lover. Like you don't have to be alone."
I
Um,
love her.
me too. Her like Jin, they're total shippers. So she's like, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And Parim cockblocks Paran again when she shows up to pick up Pong. And like finally he shuts her down, like gives her an answer. And he's like, listen, like I thought about it, but like I have feelings for someone else. Like I can't go through with anything you want me to. Which is
Yeah.
good. Like thank you for doing this now instead of letting it
Yeah.
continue. Um
Yeah.
and Pong also like takes note of this because like he's interested in Kem, and so he kind of like he's like, ooh, that's a hint because Kem also said the same thing to me.
It was Pong and Kem were like in the kitchen making like a tea or some herbal something or another.
Mm-hmm.
And Pong was like, "You're not interested in me at all, are you?"
Mm,
No.
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 No,
Sorry.
I feel like their friendship is really cute. I would have loved for them
Mhm.
to like I mean, I'm sure they're still friends, but Pong just
Yeah.
doesn't show up as much anymore. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we see him again until the very end.
yeah, I don't think so
Like the
either. And then also Jet wants to be just friends with Sharn right now because there's just like a lot going on. It's like, you guys, like, you love each other so much, but I guess if you're like dealing with all this shit right now, you don't want to have to like maintain a romantic relationship, I guess.
Jet doing this to Charn just broke me.
I know.
Like I get that he's like, I just want to focus on like Chem not dying.
Yeah,
But
saving Kem's life right now.
but at the same time I'm like, okay, but Chem and Pran are also almost a thing. So like you guys
Yeah,
can be a thing. It's fine.
I know. Like, you
I
don't
don't
just
think
like take
Chem
it
is gonna be
slow.
upset.
But I guess that's
Yeah,
kind of what
maybe
they're doing by being friends, is
yeah, I
taking it
just
slow.
Charn's not happy about it.
No,
Because he's just
I wouldn't be either.
he
I was
got
like,
friend
dude,
zoned after they had sex. Like, are you
I,
kidding me?
yeah, I know. We were lovers in our past life, and then we had sex, and then now we're
And now
just
you want to be
friends.
friends.
Like, come on. But at least Paran then, who has finally figured his shit out, he confesses his feelings to Kem properly, which thank God. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
happy he didn't let this go on for too long. Like,
Yes.
good. And he also like shares to him a little bit about his past trauma. He's like, "Hey, my mom was killed by like someone else's like karmic energy, and it was like kind of similar to your curse." And so like that's kind of why I didn't like want to interfere with all of this, and
Hmm.
I don't want to lose anyone else I love. So that's my explanation why I've been trying to like not get involved, and I've been trying to like keep this at an arm's distance cuz I don't want all that to happen again, like, which is
Yeah.
valid. Um
Hmm.
and finally they kiss.
Yay. It's about damn
Yay.
time.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess I didn't put it in the notes here, but the reason he stopped when the song came on is because it reminded him of his mom who told him he can't have a lover. So he had to kind of like process that for a minute. So,
Yeah. Yeah, good for him. Okay, now I'm on Team Peren. But before that, I was like, get your shit together. Stop
yeah.
leading all
It,
these people on.
when I was doing the rewatch, I was like, he's awfully mean to Kim. I was like, I didn't catch that the first time I watched
Oh,
it.
he was so
Like,
mean to Kem. Kem was just trying to be like normal and helpful around the house, and he was like, "I bet you're obsessed with me, and you can't think of anything but me." And Kem is just like, I'm just like doing laundry. Like, do you want me to throw your socks in?" Like, just so normal. But
hmm.
obviously, he was projecting because he didn't want to acknowledge his feelings
Yeah.
that were mutual. But they are gonna keep their secret or their relationship a secret for now.
Hmm.
Keep it private. And Kem goes to give Pran a seat cushion that he made, and he like ends up spying on Pran, who is like very shirtless and very tattooed. Um, I fucking love his back tattoos. Like, they look so
His
good.
his tattoos are some of the best, if not the best, in BL. Like
Yes,
they look
they look
so real.
real. They
Yeah.
look so real, and I
I,
feel like BL does not know how to do that.
no, especially GMM TV.
No,
GMM TV does not know how to do a real looking tattoo at
no,
all.
not at all. And these ones looked real, and they looked good.
Yeah, they looked incredible.
Uh huh.
I am obsessed.
Me too. And of course, Kem gets caught again because he gets caught every time
Every
he's
time.
spying. But it's okay because they have their thing now. So Pran lets him like study his tattoos. And then the main piece was a naga. What is
Yeah,
it?
that's the like 6, 7 headed serpent thing.
Six,
I think
seven.
it's 7. I don't remember.
Sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I continue. You said it, not me.
Because they're normal numbers. I hate Gen Z.
I'm
I don't actually hate
sorry.
Gen Z. We have a bunch of Gen Z's listeners. Just I hate the 6-7 thing.
No, I do too. But ironically, I think it's come back around to being funny.
Has it?
But only if you
I
use it in a intellectual, ironic sense, which is what I'm
oh,
doing.
yeah. I made Monsta X do 6-7 as a meme thing on an interview like last night, and it was just horrific.
No,
It,
no.
they're they're too millennial for that, and they're too out of touch. They didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
At one point, Juhan was asking why he was juggling. Um,
Oh man, those
yeah,
men are too hot to be
yeah,
doing that.
it was something. So yeah, I don't remember if a naga is 6 or 7
Naga.
heads, but
I
that's
know,
that's like the centerpiece of his tattoo. Like,
right?
so
It's a mythical serpent.
yep.
Okay, which is kind of
Mhm.
it's similar to like the guy we met in the cave before, I believe, who was also like a snake.
There are ties for other reasons that come up in like episode 11 or 12.
Yeah, but for reference, I guess.
Yeah. So, but the reason he got that tattoo was I think it was his grandfather said that he has some sort of tie to
Mm,
Naga, and that's why he got it. Um,
right.
so
That's bringing
and
back
yeah. So Ken
memories.
was like, "Were you a Nugget?" He's like, "I don't know. I just know that I have some sort of historical tie to them." So I have this tattoo now.
It's his persona. Or scaly. That's what the reptile ones are.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
That makes
scalies.
sense. That'd be more my speed.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Uh yeah. Anyway, so that's like but behind his tattoo. And then Pran has an idea that Rampung is the reason that everyone's like met again in this life. Like otherwise it would be awfully convenient. Um
Mhm.
and he like loops in Kem that Jet and Sharn were friends from the past life too. So they were like, listen, like past life we were together and then your best friends were Jet and Sharn. So but they don't know they were like together.
Mhm.
And then they like do some sort of like ritual to go visit their past life, and Kem ends up experiencing like a different past life from Kemika, but it still involves Rampung. And it's just rough, and there's like a lot of screaming.
Yeah, because at this moment you don't see the flashback of it. That comes a little later, so you just hear like screaming and like see like Kem's reaction, and this scene is kind of weird because they're like in the middle of the woods, and there's like some rope and shit like on the ground.
Yeah.
Like I didn't entirely understand. I was like, cool, we're doing some spiritual thing.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I just don't know if you need to, if this is like worth it.
Yeah. I mean, they figured something out because whatever came from that, Fran had a reaction to. So
Yeah, so he wants to talk to some monk no one has seen in a decade. Which this monk becomes very important. So,
yes.
um, and so he goes to see Grandma C for help, and like she is not doing hot. Like she is having like heart palpitations and shit. Like not doing good. And like Paran is like really stressed about this because she is very much like a motherly, grandmotherly figure for him. Um, but she is like, yeah, I know this monk, obviously. Like, of course I know the monk. Um, you like I can find him for you. Like she like hits him up, whatever, and she's like, okay, great. He's on a train, he's coming to our village, he is gonna be here tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
Next week, but basically tomorrow.
I think it was the next day. So we're
Yeah.
we're on like a short timeline. I think we're like a week out or something like that from Kem's birthday. Like a little
Mhm.
over a week.
Yeah. He's coming. Don't worry. Monk is coming.
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. Love to meet this monk. So
Mhm.
Jet and Charn, they go to the train station to like intercept him, and Kem like stays home because he doesn't want to risk traveling right now. It's such a vulnerable
Valid.
state.
Hmm.
And so they get there, and the train is delayed, and they're like, "Listen, it's not coming till tomorrow now." So they're like, "Okay, well, we're already traveled all the way to the station. Let's just like stay the night nearby." So they go to a hotel room and they like talk about their feelings. And like Jet still isn't ready to define his feelings. So,
Yeah. But at least they
yeah.
talked it out,
But
right? So,
they talk it out. They're like in a good place, I would say.
yeah.
It's just
Hmm.
like a little complicated with their friend being murdered all the time right now, but like
Yeah.
they like each other. They just like they're I don't know. I think Jet's kind of like I
Mhm.
just don't want to make it a big deal right now.
Yeah. No, I think it's valid how he's handling. Like I know Charn's just like, but I feel like Charn's also had more time to process everything,
Yeah, he's known about
right?
it longer, like their past life
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, and he's known his feelings, I feel, longer than Jet has. Jet, because every
Mhm.
time like Jet did something, he'd be like, "Why am I doing this?"
Yeah.
Whereas I think Charn was like, "Yeah, no, I have feelings."
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And so Pran stays the night in Kem's room, reading, and Kem talks about following his heart because he's like, listen, I got like a week left of my life, probably. Like, I don't want to have any regrets. Like, I just want to do what I want to do now.
mhm.
So, Pran is like, listen, like, I'm going to protect you from this curse. Like, you're going to be
Finally,
fine. Yeah, I know. But they do end up like making out in bed, and Kem isn't ready to go all the way, so they just like give each other hand jobs. But that's their
Kem.
first NC scene,
Yeah,
and
Kem
it's
going. Can I just make you feel good? I was like, "Oh, okay."
yeah, like give me like he's like I'm not dying a virgin here, like give me something.
Yeah. No,
um,
I
it's
I
really
like
good.
that they approached it this way though, right? Where they
Mhm.
didn't go and Cam was still hesitant to do anything.
Mhm.
Um, but also it was still a very intimate scene.
Yeah, it was like it was so intimate. I feel like it was very much a contrast between the other guys who were
Mhm.
like going all the way and they were very goofy, giggly, carefree about it. And then
Mhm.
these two, it's like it's very serious, it's very intimate, it's very cautious.
Mhm.
But like they clearly are very passionate about each other as well.
Yes.
And so it's always nice when you have like if you have two couples in a show that the dynamic is very different. I feel like they do a good job of like showing that.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I think the two and having them not in the same episode but still pretty close together.
Mhm.
So you really get that contrast. I
Yeah.
think it definitely drives that point home a little bit more.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, and it's a good thing they do this because the next day, Sharn senses something is off. He's like, "Oh, I don't know about this monk. Something's weird." And Grandma C shows up at Pran's house with his favorite food, and he mentioned something with a monk, and she's like, "What monk?" Which is suspicious, but like maybe he's like maybe she's an old lady, like she forgot or whatever.
Mhm.
And she also invites Cam to like go on her boat and pick lotuses with her. So they go on their little boat outing, and she's like acting suspicious and weird. And Pran eats like the dessert that the grandma made, but it seemed to be poisoned because he's like having a bad reaction and at the same time. And this is freaky as fuck. But Grandma C's head does like a full like owl, like 180.
It's
Like
like
she's
horrific.
possessed. It's so horrific. And she starts like rocking the boat until Kem falls into the water. And of course, Rampung is there waiting, and she's set the whole thing up, basically. This is her big plan for now.
This was so stressful because you go from
Mm-hmm.
like Jet and Jarn have like talked through their shit, and so they're doing okay, and Pran and Kim are, you know, they finally are together and they've had their moment and they're doing whatever, and the next day you're like, okay, what do you mean we're leaving the episode where Pran is literally on the ground like bleeding from his eyeball?
Yes.
Right?
And Chem
And
is drowning, and Grandma
drowning.
is sitting there like her fucking neck's
Yeah,
broken. She's dead too,
like
obviously.
yeah, there's no way she's not dead from that, right?
Yeah.
Um so it's such an oh shit moment.
Yeah, it's
uh,
definitely like
right.
shit's happening now.
Right, cuz Jet and Charn are like far away from the house cuz they're in like the nearest big city at the train station. So stress.
Yeah.
So much stress.
Now we're split up.
Um
That's never good.
no. So, but then episode 9, jump straight to it. Pran not in great shape. He's still conscious enough though to send like his spirits to like go save Kem from
Mhm.
drowning. So he does that while he's like struggling to like power through this like in crazy poisoning. Um
Yeah. And they're like hesitant to leave him, but he's like, "Listen, like I'm in a
go.
bad shape right now, but Kem is worse. I promise. Like go
Yes.
after him."
Yeah. Don't know exactly what's happened because he doesn't know that Kem has gone to the Lotus thing, I think.
Mhm.
Um and then the monk shows up by car because he's like, something bad's happening. I don't know what it is, and the train was taking too long, so I just hopped a car.
Yeah.
Um, he's at the train station now.
Yeah.
So then,
He's here though.
um, yeah.
Thank God.
So he meets up with Jet and Charn so they can all go run over to Pran's house. And Cam is like in the water with Rampoon, and he passes out because obviously. Um, and we have like one of the most interesting flashbacks because it starts off in first person point of view.
Yes. This episode, this is my favorite episode of the show. It is so freaking cool.
Mm-hmm. So so you're in this first person point of view where somebody's like yelling at you and calling you like little mistress and is like you need to get up and go and get ready and whatever. Um and one of the first things is whoever his he is in this timeline, which is very clearly set in a much older time frame just based on the
Mhm.
clothing. I don't know what the years are, but it's a while ago. Um
Mhm. It's like
and his
200 years
mom,
ago or so.
yeah, something like that. But his mom is his mom from present day as well.
Mhm.
So we have more of that cycle of um, reincarnation going on. Um, so this is, we find out, his past life where he was alive at the same time as Rampung.
Mhm.
So now we're going to get Rampung's story. Um,
Backstory.
yes, so we figure out why the hell she's got a vendetta. Um, so this is a time where lords had multiple wives, and
Mhm.
we have at least 3 wives, I would say. I don't know if there's more. There's 3 relevant wives. So we have the first wife, who I don't know her name, but she's pregnant. And then we have the second wife, which is Kem's mom. And so Kem is the only child from that wife and is a little girl. Who's probably like 10, I would say, somewhere around there.
Mhm.
Maybe a little younger, but young. And then we have Rampung, who is the youngest of the wives of the 3, and who is also pregnant.
Mhm.
And wife 1 and Rampung are about the same time frame along ish.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um and the whole thing is the Lord wants a son because obviously in this time period sons are all that matter, right?
Mhm.
So that's why um Kem in this timeline, I don't remember Kem's name in this timeline, but Kem in this timeline as a girl is just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like she's cute, people dote on her. That's it. Um
Yeah. She's not the one who's gonna be inheriting
no. So it's
the
basically stay
land
out of the
and all
way.
that.
Yeah.
So.
Stay out of the way, you'll have a decent life and then move on.
Mhm.
Um and then The Lord really wants a son. So this is the first wife's like last chance at pregnancy. She's had, I think, some miscarriages or some pregnancy
Mhm.
issues beforehand, and she's a little on the older side now. Rampung is, I think, 22.
Mhm.
Um, and this is her like first pregnancy. So I'd say Kem's mom and Rampung are actually pretty close as far
Mhm.
as the wives go because they hang out and talk a lot, and Kem's mom is always giving like a little bit of advice on how to handle things and whatever.
Yeah. And
So we have
Kem's
that.
mom, I feel like, is more of like, I feel like she also feels kind of maternal to Rampung as well, because she's
Hmm.
probably in her like 30s. Like, she's like at
Yeah.
least 10 years older than
Yes.
Rampung is. She's like, okay, like, it is like this poor girl's like first pregnancy. She's like,
Yeah.
also like,
Right.
she's the third wife too. So she's trying to like kind of stay out of the first wife's way to like not,
Yeah.
have her mad
There's
at her, but
yeah, because there's definitely seniority here.
yeah,
Very strong
and
seniority.
she's also grateful too because she does not want to have another child. She doesn't want to
Hmm.
go through pregnancy and childbirth, and so she's like, perfect. Between these two women, one of them are gonna have a son. My duty is off the table.
Yeah.
I
Thank
am
God.
done with kids. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for your sacrifice. This benefits me too.
Hmm. So we have that set up, and then we're back in present day. And the monk and Jet and Charn show up to Pran's place, and the monk casts like a spell that saves Pran because he is like nearly dead on the ground at this
Mm-hmm.
point. And they all take off to the lake to go save Kem. Um, the spirits are there trying to pull him out, but they're having to fight Rampung, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a great situation going on over at this lake now. And so then we're back to Rampung's timeline, and we see that Kim's mom and Rampung are close and they're hanging out. And the second wife is warning Rampung that if she has a son, somebody's probably going to be out for that son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially given the first wife has so much jealousy and stuff already that you can kind of see going on. Like there's a lot of tension between wife 1 and 3 there
Yeah,
that
and
is
like,
one-sided.
and at this point too, according to a shaman, like they both know they're having sons. And so it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
the thing where like, okay, the first wife, her son is going to be the heir. And the
Yes.
second son, like, Rampung is like, listen, my son's just gonna be like a lowly servant like me. Because like
Yep.
when you have two sons, like they could compete with each other for
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the heir, like to be the heir and stuff. And so that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
what the first wife is worried about. And so Rampung is kind of trying to like tell her, like, listen, like your son can have it all. Like that's totally fine. My son and I, we will be servants in the background. Like you don't have to worry about us competing for your spot.
Yep. Which that's not good enough for the first wife, straight up. But
Yeah.
we're gonna
Like
table
maybe
that.
it would have been, but
Yeah. The problem is
yeah.
first wife has a stillbirth, which is the worst case scenario for literally everybody at this point.
Yes.
Because like in the same night, like I'm pretty sure the same night or close, not too far off, Rampoon gives birth to her baby.
Mm-hmm.
Healthy baby
His,
boy, whatever.
yeah, healthy
And
boy.
so yeah, so second wife, Kim's mom, is like, you need to pretend like you also had a stillbirth and
Mm-hmm.
send that baby far away from here.
Mm-hmm.
If you want that baby to live. Because Rampung's like, I don't want anything. Like, let me just have my kid. And Lady's like,
Yeah.
no, that kid is gonna die if you don't get it out of here.
Yeah.
Um,
Poor girl just she wants her baby and she wants to be in the background and she does not want to be the target of anyone.
yeah,
She doesn't want any sort of power. She just wants to survive.
yeah. And so Rampung does listen to Kim's mom though, and is like, cool, we're gonna send the kid off and let it live. The problem is, first wife catches them in the process of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So Kim's mom is off somewhere else on her way, and it's like Rampung and like another servant together, and um that servant is like immediately dead. They just kill her outright, basically, for like standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then they take the kid from Rampung and they go off to the shore, and this is the area that like matches the area that Rampung has made in like her little realm thing that she keeps going back to like in present day.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like on the dock with them, and they have the kid, and this bitch like throws the kid in the water and kills it. Just straight up.
It's awful. And they have
Fucking
like
terrible.
Rampoon like shackled. They have
Yeah,
like her
like
like tied
watching.
down. Yeah, and watching she can't do anything. And they like whip
Yeah.
her. It's like awful.
It's so bad. And
Yeah.
so
Oh.
like at this point already, Rampook's valid for anything.
No,
Um
at this point too, I first of all I was crying. Second of
mhm,
all, I was like, actually, I like don't care anymore. Rampunk can do anything. Or I guess they
right?
don't whip her at this point, but they will later. But
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly,
So,
yeah, Rampunk's valid. I can excuse her wrongs. Like she can do whatever
yeah.
she wants.
Yeah, cuz it's I had to watch your like you just gave birth. Like the fact that she's
Mhm.
walking around with this kid is already incredible. Um
Mhm.
and to watch that and I don't know how you recover mentally from that.
You don't.
But it only yeah, and it only gets worse from here, right?
Yeah.
Um cuz
I
the
too
first
would
wife,
want to come back as a ghost and
right?
mess up your entire bloodline.
Right? I feel at this point everything would have been targeted just on the first wife,
Mhm.
right? Like the first wife but the first wife then goes back to the Lord, like their collective husband,
Mhm.
and basically says the reverse happened. And it was
Mhm.
like, Rampoong had a stillbirth and out of anger killed our son and all this, whatever. And the Lord, I will say, he's like, okay, that's fucking awful. But is there anyone who can vouch one way or another for it? Right? So he's at least open to hearing otherwise because Rampoong is like, that's not fucking what happened, right?
Mhm.
Like she's losing her shit trying to go, no, it's the opposite, right?
Mhm.
And the thing is, Kem, whatever, child Kem here, witnessed everything. So that's where Rampoon goes, yeah, so Kem saw all this happen, right? So the Lord is like, hey, come here, kid. And he's like, can you tell me what happened? But the problem is, Kem's mom already told Kem what to say. And it was basically to agree with the first wife. Because if she
Mhm.
didn't agree with the first wife, she and her mom would also be killed.
Yeah. Basically like,
So
hey, you can't make this the first wife upset. Otherwise like you and I were going to be the next ones
yeah.
in that
So
lake.
so like I feel there's this is such a complicated situation, right? Because obviously Kem at that point when she's talking to the Lord is like, no, what the first wife is saying is truth,
Mhm.
right? Not what Rampoong is saying. I think that is so valid. If my mom were to be
Mhm.
like, hey, if you don't say this, we're dead.
Mhm.
I'm saying whatever mom's telling me to say,
Yeah.
right? Um, but I also understand why that caused Rampoong to like curse literally everyone
Yeah.
because that was like her final straw. Because
I
that was her
do
one shot.
Yeah, I do think they could have told the truth. Maybe it would have worked out, maybe it
I
wouldn't
don't
have.
think it
But
would have.
that it was their sin to lie. Like
Yeah.
that started the curse for them,
Hmm.
and it is their wrongdoing that they then were assigned to
Yes,
atone for the next several
but
centuries, which
it
I
wasn't even
get.
it was Rampoon cursed them. It wasn't even that they were assigned anything. Rampoon just had a
Yeah.
vendetta against a 10-year-old.
Yeah, the going against the 10-year-old is kind of crazy, but I guess the 10-year-old like is in the bloodline technically, so
Yeah, but
you
it like
know.
specifically against Kem for
Yeah.
doing like it is very specific. Like it's
Yeah.
she like names everyone and like why and how that she's gonna get revenge.
I think maybe part of
Um,
it too is just anger of like my child is dead and
yeah,
you child survive
yeah.
and
I
you
mean,
shouldn't have. So it's like
I will say
projection.
at that point, Rampoon has had so much happen in like a 12-hour time span, basically, that like I think it's valid. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's also that was a child,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
maybe be mad at the mom more than the kid, not
Yeah.
the other way around. Like obviously be mad at both of them, but like
Mhm.
okay. But as punishment for murdering a child that Rampong didn't murder, right?
Mhm.
She's taken back to this dock and then beaten for a while, which is where she starts cursing everyone and is like, "I'm your fate is sealed. I'm coming back for you." And then they end up
Mhm.
killing her.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, so now we have this curse that's been going on and justified.
Yeah, I
Super
do think
justified.
maybe is Kem okay, one thing I was confused about, maybe Kem is a target because he is the last of the curse. Like I don't know what happened with the first wife's bloodline and like the husband's bloodline and but between like
They
all of them and like Kem's mom, like maybe Kem is just like the last one still
so Ken
reincarnating.
so yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So we don't get the specifics, I think, on what happened with the Lord and the first wife. Um it's mentioned vaguely, but I don't think we got any specific details. But it was basically I handled that.
Mhm.
Um but we do I don't know if it makes it into the notes anywhere. We do get like a montage around this time where
Mm.
we start to see all the other past lives that Rampoong is basically tormented from Chem.
Mhm.
Um from like different time periods. So like the main one that's relevant to anything is Chemica, right? Because that's the
Mhm.
one where we bring in Paran and Jet and Charn. Um and so that's how we tie all of them together. But there's other ones as well because I think there's one where Chem is like locked away in like a jail or something for a while and or like gets
Mhm.
hit by a train or like there's other ones they show very quick clips of it right around this time.
Mhm.
um yeah, it's my next line in the notes is Kem is in some sort of limbo with Rampoong now where he sees like everyone that wronged Rampoong suffering including his past life, so that's we get all of that all in one scene.
Oh, so they're not all
um
Kem.
no, so a lot of what
Oh.
we see is Kem, but we also I think she talks through that she did handle like that first wife and the Lord.
Mm.
And I mean, we clearly see that Kem's mom was sick, right? And so she
Mhm.
died prematurely as well. So it's not quite the 21, but like still um younger than she should have type of a thing. And so I assume that's tied in somehow. Um
Mhm.
so yeah.
Okay. So he's like the
Yeah.
last one left, which is why he's the target,
Yeah.
I guess. And we
So
we just ignore the reincarnation bloodline
yeah. It's
thing.
it's
So.
one of the things that was interesting to me. I don't remember exactly when, but it is mentioned at one point that like this reincarnation of Kim is gonna be like the last one, and then she's done. So like this is the
Mm.
big one, I guess. I don't know why, because that's never really said, but
No.
that's like what they're talking about, where like she's finally got closure after this, and I'm like, how
Yeah, I
did
don't
he reincarnate
understand.
enough times? I don't know.
I
Um,
yeah, I don't know.
that's some of the reincarnation and stuff like that is just you have to just not think about it too hard.
Yeah.
Um, so Um, somehow in all this, Kem does get out of the water by himself. I'm not actually sure how that happened, but he does. Back in present day.
I think the spirit kids helped him out.
Is that what it was?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Um, yeah. So, he gets out right as like Pran and everyone shows up. Right, Pran is looking fucking awful
Like
because he's still
blood,
got the blood.
eyeballs, nose,
Yeah,
mouth, ear. It's
yeah.
like
It,
for
Kem's
every
like, "Are you
orifice.
okay?"
Yeah. He's like, you
And
look
Prince
worse
like,
than
"Not the
me.
worry right now." Um, he's like, "Where's Grandma C?"
Yeah.
And Kem's like, she's still in the water. So Pran does the weirdest belly flop into the water.
Oh my god. It's supposed to be a dive, but it's a full belly flop. It's like it's rough.
It's such a serious like this whole episode is so heavy and serious, and you have the belly flop.
And then the
The
belly flop. Yeah.
the edits have been gold. There's been
Oh,
so many edits.
it's really funny. It's like
It
I
is.
it literally made me I was crying and then I was like I burst out laughing.
So he does that, and the spirits are still fighting Rampoong under the water, and she chokes one of them, and he vanishes. I guess he's. Do you call it dead? They're spirits,
Yeah.
but he's
I
gone.
He's gone. He will reincarnate at least or
Yeah,
at least he's released to
yeah,
move on, but yeah, he's
yeah.
like
He
he's
can't come
more
back.
dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he does that. And then Paran is underwater and does some sort of prayer thing and sends Rampoong away. And they get Grandma C out of the water and on land, but she is dead. This is so tough because Pran is like doing like CPR on her and like trying to do it, and he finally like gives up basically once it's like no, it's she's too far gone, and like
Mhm.
Kem crashes out because Kem is like this is my fault.
Yeah.
Um, so Kem is gonna spiral for a while because of that. Um, and so they have. I don't think it's the funeral. I think it's a wake situation. I don't entirely know Thai funeral process because they have like a more funerally funeral later. So I guess this is the wake. Um, and they're in like inside the building, and Kim like won't even go inside. Like,
Mhm.
like other like the uncle whatever Chai, he's like you can go in. Nobody blames you. And Kim's like absolutely not. I'm not going in there. Like
Mhm.
this is my doing. Um, and like later on, like at Pran's place, Kim is there, and the monk like meets up with him. That has not been relevant again. He showed up and said a prayer and saved Pran and hasn't done anything besides that. But he hands a letter that like Grandma C had left him before the possession happened, where Rampoon took possession of her, and it was very clear that she was dying anyway. And so he's like, I'm pretty sure she was dead a full day
Mhm.
before Rampoon possessed her body.
Yeah.
So like, not your fault. And Kem's like, absolutely my fault. And so literally everybody is constantly like, this wasn't your fault, dude.
Mhm.
Um, and so, but it's still, I would have had the same reaction. I'm like, this is absolutely my doing. I've done nothing but fuck this town up the entire time, right?
Yeah.
Like, like the entire time he's been there, it's been one thing after another because of him, because Rampoon is there, right?
Mhm.
So I I would have crashed out. That would have been my final straw.
Yeah. But I do think, I mean, Granny, she's been sick for a
Yeah,
while. She
no,
has like a heart problem. Like it's clearly natural, but like
yeah,
it's understandable to blame yourself.
yeah. No, it definitely makes sense that she died beforehand because I think she was spiritually probably too strong for
Mhm.
and had protections for that Rampoon wouldn't have been able to possess her up until she died, and it was basically
Yeah.
just a body to possess,
Mhm.
which is Rampoon's like MO anyway, right? Is possess whatever.
Mhm.
So Um, so we have that. So it's everything's all very upset and somber and whatever now. And then everyone's back at like Pran's place, and the other spirit, the one that's still left, is asking to be sent away to go be back with their partner. Not that they're like romantically together because they're like 10-year-olds, right? Like not
Mhm.
that kind of partner, but like coworker friend, like their best friend, right? Um, and he's like, I want to go back and be with them and like reincarnate with them and whatever, whatever the future holds for us. I'd rather be with them than be sad here,
Mhm.
basically. And
Yeah.
also
I mean, they're
valid.
like baby twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's a lot of grieving, right? And
Mhm.
because you have the spirit that's grieving, you have everyone grieving Grandma C, and it's just there's a lot to process right now.
Mhm.
And Kem is just overloaded on the guilt.
Mhm.
And he talks to like Uncle Chai at one point. He's like, "Can you help me like get out of here?"
Mhm.
And he's got his bags packed to go, and he's like on his way out, and Pran ends up guilting him into like staying, basically, of like, if you leave, I literally have no one because like everyone I care about is now dead, and you're
Mhm.
gone, right? And I'm like, okay. I mean, if guilt is the only thing that works, guilt is the only thing that works. But also, this is kind of rough,
Yeah.
right? So, but the thing is, Paran is still not doing great because of the poisoning, right? Like he's still recovering from that. So while he's like trying to keep Kem from leaving, he does end up collapsing on him.
Mhm.
And so Kem gets him like into bed and like takes care of him, and like basically when he's hit a point where everyone knows he's gonna be fine and he's just like asleep in bed, Kem still leaves and he goes to the city. He's back in like Bangkok. Or he
Okay.
goes to the city where the train station is. He's on his way to Bangkok. He hasn't quite made it to Bangkok yet.
Yeah, he's dipping.
Yeah.
He's
I
giving
just
up.
I like yes, it's not his fault, right? Like she was
Uh-huh.
most likely dead beforehand. It makes sense. But I so understand where he's coming from where I'd be like, I can't
Mhm.
we lost
Yep.
her. It's only going to get worse from here because Rampoong's only going to get more and more frustrated the closer we get to this birthday, which
Yeah.
is now
And
a
plus,
week
like, the
out.
kids, too, he's like, that's my fault. And
Hmm.
Parent's like, no, like, I should have let them move on a long time ago. Like, it's
Yeah.
fine, whatever. But,
Yeah. And Kim's like, absolutely not. Like, stop trying to make me feel better.
Yeah. So we have episode 10, and we're going to start with a little flashback on how Kem and Jet met. And they become friends in college when, like, Jet saves Kem from a falling paint can, like, as they're doing set design or something.
Yeah.
So they're automatically, like, really connected, especially in, like, a spiritual sense.
Mhm. Yeah, I think they connect on the fact that they both can see ghosts at the time because I don't think that was blocked from Jet just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or like Jet at least had at one point been able to see it, so when he could tell that Kem could see it, he was like, "Oh, you're one of my people."
Yeah. I mean, that's a
But
good
yeah,
way to bond with someone.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's they're definitely automatically just best friends. Like they
Uh-huh.
meet and it's like you're my person
Yeah.
in the most platonic way ever, but you're my person.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I like the little background how they met because, like, the first
Mhm.
moment we met them, they were like besties. So,
Yep.
and so in present, Jet and Charn catch up with Kem at the train station because they, they're in sync. They're spiritually connected, so they know he's leaving. They go to stop him, and of course, Kem is really struggling with the guilt, and so Jet and Charn are like, okay, like, you want to leave, you can leave, but, like, we're coming with you. Like, you're not gonna do this alone. We respect your decision, but, like, we'll be there still because
Mhm.
they're ride or dies, literally.
I love how just both of them are just like gung ho 100% in.
Yes, and I love a trio. Like, a trio friendship is peak. Like, in a
Mhm.
show, like, I always feel like it hits so hard.
Mhm.
So, okay, so it's a week till Kem's birthday, and so they are staying with, like, him in his dorm, trying to protect him, but, like, shit's happening where, like, there is this. I also was like, this is Final Destination, where there is, like, a truck that, like, slams on its brakes at, like, school, and the three of them are, like, on the street, and, like, there are pipes from the truck that just, like, like, slide down really fast and almost freaking impale Kem. And so they, luckily, like, his two friends are able to, like, save him from this, but it's very Final Destination, and, like, shit like this is gonna keep happening for the next 7 days. So they are like, okay, you are going to go on bed rest. Like, you're gonna stay in your dorm. You're not gonna leave. We are going to prep to protect you, like
Mhm.
like extra right now.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny because like right before that, Ken was like, "I want to be at least relatively normal in the meantime," and then
Mm-hmm.
that happens, and he goes, "Actually,
Actually, I'm just gonna sit in my room for a week. It's that's
yeah."
fine. Yeah. And so they also go and they set up, like, an offering on the roof as, like, a part of their prep work.
Yeah, they're doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know what half of it is, but
I
they're
know. This
the
half of
the
this
roof
part is,
offering is the
like,
yeah.
kind of a blur. Um and so now, okay, there's 2 hours to go, and Rampung is taunting Kem. She's basically been, like, in his mind the entire time, like, taking over his mind, making driving him insane, making
Yeah,
him
just
constantly
talking
see
and
her.
yeah,
So
crazy
he's like,
shit.
yeah, so she's like, I'm not gonna come get you, I'm gonna, like, work from the inside out.
Hmm.
And so now it's half an hour before the birthday, and Jet and Sharn are knocked out in the bedroom in the dorm, and Kem is, like, fully possessed. And we do get a very Paranormal Activity camera, like, set up in the corner of the room, like, surveillance camera. And I
It's
love that
such
you
a
wrote that
weird
because
scene
that is literally what I thought too. I was like, this is Paranormal Activity.
because
But it's
it's like
cool. I like how they kind of play with the media a little bit.
yeah, because he's like in the hallway outside of his apartment, like his dorm room, just standing there staring at something. It is so Paranormal Activity.
It is.
Um, it's like,
Like
what are
found
we
footage.
doing? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so he goes up to the rooftop and he goes to the offering and he's just like eating it like an animal, like fully so messy.
Yeah.
And Sharn wakes up and he wakes Jet up and they're like, what the frick is Chem? And they go up to the roof and they find him like on the ledge of the roof about to jump and like so scary, but he doesn't jump. He like they get him back.
No, 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 no. He falls off.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he falls
Oh.
off. No, no, no. They
Okay,
don't save him here.
you're right. You're right because it's not real. Okay,
This is the
this
only time I will allow this type of thing to happen. I thought this
yeah,
was fine.
yeah. Cause yeah, that doesn't happen. It was just a dream for Pran. He he was dreaming all of this, like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So, the Mountain Lord, the snake guy, basically like tipped him off and says like it'll happen. He's like basically if you don't stop it, it's gonna happen the next day. And the reason why he does this is because he owes Paran like 1,000-year-old debt. Um, which like it feels so random. I'm glad they set this up in like episode 2 of the show with this guy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would feel very last minute, like
Yeah.
very ex machina. But um, they tie it in a little bit more, which is
Yeah.
okay. So like the flash way back thousands of years, and Paran's old life, he was like a guardian of treasures in the underworld. So he was like immortal being. Um, and he was alongside the Lord of the Mountain, and the Lord was about to be cast into the void for doing something, and Paran basically takes the fall for it. Like he lies and he's like, actually, it wasn't his fault, it was my fault. And so both of them get sent to like the mortal world as a punishment. And like Paran's punishment is like he has to be human. Um and he ends up like they end up the gods, I guess. Do they I don't know if they find out now. Yeah, I think they're like, "Oh, actually now we found out that you were lying and you took the fall for him. So as a
So
reward you get a weapon." Or is
no,
that
so
later?
no, so that weapon is
Uh-huh.
his weapon. It was his weapon from that time frame. So
Okay.
when he like vanished, whatever, and got sent to the mortal world, the Lord of the Mountain was still there for like a couple minutes afterwards, and so that was the
Mm.
like that weapon was the only thing that stayed.
Okay.
Um, and then
Oh,
like
so
the
the
god,
Mountain Lord has it now, right?
yeah. So and the god that was like getting ready to punish the Mountain Lord was like, okay, so I knew he was lying, but he wanted to
Uh-huh.
take the fall for you, so I was just gonna let him do it, basically.
Yeah.
Don't know why he wanted that, but if that's be thankful to him. You owe him
Uh-huh.
now,
Uh-huh.
basically. Right. Because Pran had a reason for that. I don't remember what it was, but he had a reason.
Yeah.
I think he was tired of being a god and bored or something.
This part it gets a little
Um,
convoluted, but it's
yeah.
okay.
But this is where the Naga thing comes back,
Yes.
right? Because it's he was a Naga basically.
Yeah.
He just we saw him in more human form. Which, by the way, Kang with long hair is incredible.
Oh my god, the scene, he looks so
He
beautiful.
does.
I
Like,
am dying to see him with more long hair because I was like, that's why I don't know what the fuck happened this scene because I was only looking at Kang with long hair and I wasn't reading any of the
yeah,
subtitles.
yeah. He's beautiful anyway. Like I'm telling you, him taking his fucking glasses off is the whole damn reason I watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm weak for this man, but God, I hope they never listen to this. Um, and and uh and so, but yeah, him long hair with this. Yes, please give me more.
Peak.
Um, but
But
yeah,
yeah,
I don't
he gets.
entirely understand all this either because he's Naga. That's where the whole Naga tie comes in. It
Mm-hmm.
comes back in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
So
So for now, basically, what we know is like the Lord, he has the weapon that was originally Paran's from 1,000 years ago, gives it back to him. And the power of this knife is so strong that like humans aren't meant to like wield it.
Mhm.
So he's like, here's your weapon. You're gonna die if you use it. Good luck.
Yeah. Like, this is a last resort thing, right?
Yeah. So now Paren goes to Kem's apartment in Bangkok and Kem doesn't answer, so he like breaks in and Kem is asleep. He's stuck in a dream. And in the dream, Rampong is like chasing him. And she catches him and gives him the chance to like end it all, like in the dream, basically. But it's like probably, you die in the dream, you die in real life type
Yeah,
thing.
that's the plan. Yeah.
And so she's like, just give it up, like, kill yourself, it'll all be over. No one else has to suffer. And he is basically like, yeah, okay, that sounds pretty good. But Paran shows
Just
up and Rampung leaves and like Cam tells Paran like just let me do this. Like I'm so sick of running. I'm sick of hurting people. Let me just end it. And Paran is like, no, snap out of it.
this was such a heavy scene too because like there's like a noose. So like
Oh
Kem
yeah.
Kem literally has like the noose like to his head. Right?
Uh
Like it's
huh.
not around his head yet, but it's there and you can tell like he's struggling because it's not like he wants to die, but it's like at that point it's like I'm out of options, right? Like
Yeah.
if if I die today or tomorrow at this point, like there's no way we're winning this
Yeah.
with
It's
how
like,
things are set up.
would
So,
you die to save all your friends and
yeah. I
family
would.
and
At
stuff?
that
And
point,
yeah, valid.
yeah,
Like maybe
I
I
would.
would too. You know.
Yeah, especially like having already seen so many people hurt because of me, like at that point I'd be done. I'd have been like, yeah, let me do this. Especially like in my dream, I'm like, okay, if it's in my dream, maybe it won't hurt, like, and I can just be done. Um,
Yeah. I'm with
um,
you.
yeah. Thank God for Pran.
Thank God for Pran. Can I say I hate the last two episodes?
Do you?
I do because okay, episode 11 they introduce a new character for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
He
Okay. I
does
will say
nothing.
yes.
I love seeing Net. Love seeing you, pal. No
But
business
yeah,
being in the show.
no. I wish they'd have introduced him earlier. Like
Yeah.
maybe like when they were like friends with Prim, even though I don't think that friendship overlapped. Like do something that way.
Yes.
Um so he didn't feel quite so random.
I think at least episode 11 could have been deleted off the face of the earth. Wouldn't have changed the show at all.
I mean,
Episode 12 can stay. I don't love the ending, but at least it fits in the show and makes sense. Whereas episode 11
yeah.
that we're about to talk about here is like, why? And also, Jet's sister, who we barely met in the first episode, is now like a main character. We're supposed to just be like, oh yeah, her.
Yeah. I mean, she still barely plays a role. She has like one
Yeah.
scene where she's relevant.
Yeah.
Outside of that she's just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, but she like comes back and I'm like, who the hell is
Yeah.
this? Who's the new guy? Like what show am I watching?
Yeah. It's I have complaints with the last two episodes.
Mhm. It's mostly
I
episode 11 I have problems with. Episode 12 I have less problems with.
Yeah, I think 12 there's only one thing that I
Mhm.
really have a problem with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's only one thing in episode 12 that I really have a problem with. Episode 11 does feel a little random.
Episode 11
Um,
is like now you're watching Pit Babe. And I'm like, why am I watching Pit Babe right now? This is Khemjira.
yeah, when you text me that took me a little bit to process because I blinked out this part.
Yeah,
Um,
half the episode they're like racing, but we'll get there.
yeah. So okay, so we start the episode with a flashback to 2016, and Pran is captured by some like thugs, right? And Kachen, I don't know. Net's character shows up. So this is the first time we ever see him. And he's like here to save the day and save Paran, and he's ready to take on this whole gang at once. And then we find out this is a whole fake scene again,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because this is Ketchin's character being obnoxiously annoying as he is. Like he's so like over the top about things, and
He's
so
like
he's like
ego
trying to
boosting.
yeah. So he's like, yeah, I came in to like save the day, and Pran's like, actually, by the time you showed up, I had already handled them all. Like the real flashback of the scene is like Ketchin like showing up and Pran's just sitting there like reading a book while everybody else is like on the ground groaning. Um and it's really funny because Cam's like, you used to be like that, and, and Pran's like, yeah, that was like a lifetime ago though. Don't worry about it.
I do think adding to Paran's canon character arc that he used to be like a gangster is like a
hmm
weird choice. Like I just don't see that
It
as
doesn't
him.
fit.
It doesn't because
It
he's
does.
very kind of goody two shoot. Like
Yeah.
he's trying to do the right thing as a shaman, very by the book,
Mhm.
very can't
You see,
indulge.
and this is like 2016 would have been a decade ago. So he this would have been like college age for him, and like before
Mhm.
this, he was already planning on being a shaman. So
Yeah.
like that process had already started.
Like man
So
can't
like,
even have a girlfriend because he's too busy studying. I don't think
hmm
he's fighting gangs,
no,
but okay.
yeah, yeah, sure. Um,
Sure.
so we have that, and then that's kind of how we get introduced to Kachin because Pran has like called him up to help with whatever plan he has because apparently he's got a plan on how to handle this Rampung thing.
Mhm.
He has it figured out, um, which I have a lot of thoughts on.
I know.
And so we don't really get to hear the plan right off the bat, but like the whole crew is basically in like Chem's dorm now. So it's Chem, um Jet, Charn, Paran, Jane, which is Jet's sister, and Kachin, and they're all like, okay, here's plan. And Pran puts some sort of like protection thing on the room so that Rampoon can't listen in. So that he's like, I'm gonna tell the plan one time and that's it. She's like,
Mhm.
okay. And so we jump from that to for whatever fucking reason, Kachin is teaching Sharn how to race now. Um, which they do like one lap on a racetrack where Charn gets out and like throws up from like the swerving and drifting and shit. And then the next race he can drive as good as any racer suddenly. So that's my
He's
first
Pit Babe
problem.
now.
Right? And and it's like, okay, what purpose is this going to serve against a fucking spirit?
They can't run as fast as a race car, I guess.
I guess I don't know.
I also
Um
don't know either. Oh, and one important thing about Cashin that we learn when we first meet him is that it seems like him and Jet had a thing. Like
yeah.
immediately he's very flirty, like, ooh, good to see you
Yeah.
again, boo. Like
Yeah.
long time no
And
smooch.
yeah, and Jet very much trusts Cashin with like his life, basically. And so, and Cashin is like leaning into this, and it's just constantly making like Sharn just like super jealous. Um, and there's like a lot. At one point, I don't remember where because I don't even think I bothered putting it in the notes, but Cashin tries to like make this point that he was Jet's first, which sets Charn off because Charn's like, okay, but Jet literally told me I was his first, so what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? Like, but they don't have time to like have that conversation. So Sharn's just like moody. Um
Mhm.
and so we have them practicing Pit Babe for
Mhm.
some reason. Um I cannot at this point imagine what that's leading to.
I
Um
didn't know you could outrace a ghost in your race car, but I guess that's how it works.
yeah.
So,
So so that's late during the day, and then it's like nighttime now, and Rampung is on the rooftop, I guess, of the dorm, and she's got like an army of like ghosts or spirits and like possessed people or whatever around her, and like making a plan, whatever. And so she watches they like Ketchin had to like rent some cars for them, and so they have like these like speedy cars now. And like the thing is, the one he got for how they split like wasn't gonna fit everybody, and like there's this whole like mess on that. Like none of this was necessary. um, so what we see is them splitting into like different teams, right? So you have what we think is Sharn and Kem in one car, except it's not Kem, it's Jet, who just has some sort of like spell thing on him, so it looks like it's Kem. So
Yeah.
Rampoon falls for this, and this is where she possesses somebody, and they chase after Charn, who's driving, right? So, but the driving that we see them do is nothing like the racing that Kachin like trained him on. So it was like, okay, like sure, but like it was already unrealistic that he's gonna learn how to like drift and shit in a couple hours on a racetrack. But then
Uh-huh.
like we could have taken Kachin out of this and just had Charn just like weaving through some traffic a little bit,
Mhm.
right? And it not be super realistic, but be like fine.
I literally think they just wanted an excuse to put Net in the
I think
show.
so.
Yeah.
I wonder if in the novel if he has like a bigger role and they
Ah,
just cut it down. Is my
I
guess,
think
because I
that's a
can't
good
see they
guess.
just added Net into it just for shits and giggles, right?
Yeah.
I my guess is it was maybe explained a little better in the novel. So
Yeah.
I'll read
I
it
will
one day.
say the one good part about this is seeing Namping act as Jet.
Yeah,
It's so spot on where obviously it's his face, but it's supposed to be Jet's. It's supposed to be Jet
yeah,
with like, basically a
yeah. You see it both ways because I
mhm.
feel like first one once you because you see, it's it's Namping acting like Jet acting like um Kem basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So you have it's like that Harry Potter thing where it's Emma
Uh-huh.
Watson being Helena Bonham Carter being
Yeah.
Hermione being
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's
It's
it's that thing
exactly
again.
that.
And then even when no, I don't think you see it when it's Jet. So, but yeah, so they're being chased by like possessed people, whatever, and Rampoon gets them on this bridge, and that's where she has them blocked off on either side with like, I don't know if they're actual people or spirits. It's hard to tell because
Mhm.
she's got both going on at different times. Um, and so, but they're on this bridge, and they're having this standoff on the bridge, and they're back and forth where it's. I will say it's so obvious that it's Jet and not Kem, even though like we see it's Kem like physically because that's what Rampung sees, but
Mhm.
like it's so clear like the way Jet's talking, it's so clearly it's him. It's
Mhm.
like Rampung wouldn't know well enough to know the difference, I don't think, but it's just
Uh-huh.
really funny like watching you're like, "Oh yeah, no, that's Jet," because it's like a much stronger personality because that's the thing like Jet's all like fun and giggly and jokes and whatever until he needs to be serious, and then when he buckles down.
Mhm.
And so the problem is though, is Charn screws up and calls him Jet instead of Kem. So the gig is up. Like that. It doesn't take long for that to happen. And Rampoon basically like chokes Jet, and like throws him off to the side or whatever. And so like his like little token thing falls out, and you can now see it's Jet and whatever. And she's like choking him again, and he's being like choked to death. So Charn spills everything to Rampoon and is like, "Oh, Pran and Cam are at the dorm. They're buckled down there." So we see like a flash of that where like Rampoon is like basically using her senses to go check and see if that's what's going on. Um, and she's like, "Hey, well, I'm gonna go deal with that. Peace out." But in the meantime, she still has like possession of Jet at this point. And
Mhm.
God, this scene was insane. So Jet is not Jet. And Jet is like on the edge of the bridge, like off where like that river is, and Charn is there too, trying to like get him to like come to senses, whatever. And with this possession, Jet ends up jumping off the bridge and into the river and takes like Charn with him. Charn
Mhm.
could have easily gotten out of this if he wanted to. He went by choice,
Hey, he's going with his
right?
bands. Like,
Yeah, no,
I
for
don't
sure.
blame him.
No, I don't either. Like, not blaming at all, but it's definitely one of those. I'm like, if he wanted to, he could have. Like,
Yeah.
good for you, dude. Honestly, I
Yeah.
would have gone in too with the hopes of trying to save him. Right? Like that would have been my plan.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I'm like, if I'm gonna want to stay on the ghost bridge, or I want to just try out, take my chances in the water where my boyfriend is, like, I'd probably just take the water too.
yeah. So they're now in the water. So bye. Um, and then we see Kem and Pran are praying in the dorm, except they aren't, because again, was another trick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Jet's sister's trap. Whatever spiritual thing she has, it's a trap where Rampoon is in the room and can't get out of her little like bubble that she's been put in. And this is fucking terrifying because
Mm-hmm.
uh Jet's sister can't see. Jane can't see anything. So she can't see Rampoon. She knows she's in there and then that's it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we leave them.
Oh my god. The sister is the bravest person in the show. Like,
Right?
I would not be doing that shit alone. Are you kidding?
No. Being one of the few people who can't see Rampoon, right? Um
Uh-huh. Uh,
absolutely not.
mm-mm.
So, so that's where we leave them, and we actually go see where Pran is. So Pran and Katchin are in another car, right? So they're in like this like sports car 2-seater thing, right? And so it looks like it's just them. But it's actually Kem is there too, who's like sitting on like the console in the center of the car because Katchin is stupid and got the wrong car because Pran was like, get the fastest thing you can, and Katchin didn't consider how many people needed to be in it.
Obviously, it's a
So
two-seater.
right. So Kem is invisible with whatever he's in like a cloak and like some other stuff and he's some sort of like prayer and mantra thing that's hiding his soul so Rampoon can't see it and sense it. So this is where I have a problem because they use this jump in a little head, but they're using this to get them back to the village, right? Back to whatever the town is where Pran lives, right? Why don't they go fuck off somewhere? And just sit like that all night.
Are
Like
they trying to
what?
get back to the monk?
I guess. I mean, that's where they go, right? They go to the
Yeah.
monk. But like why not just keep him under the cloak all night? Hit the birthday deadline and then move on.
Does he have to die by the birthday, or is she gonna keep attacking him if it's like a day after his birthday?
The It's supposed to be birthday. Like but it's
Okay.
like
Then he's like
birth
safe.
hour. Yeah, and then he's safe apparently. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
why don't we just go hide under this cloak for 12 hours and be done?
I guess. Yeah. I don't really
Like
know.
I mean, I guess maybe the concern from that would be that she's gonna go on a killing rampage and just like start fucking with everybody else until he shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, I could see maybe that's what it is because that would definitely be her move. But
Yeah. And I don't see Kem wanting to survive after that if he
yeah,
caused a bunch of people
no.
to die.
So, but like the fact that wasn't even like discussed as like an option, I'm like, why
Mm-hmm.
can't we hide just everybody and be done with it?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So we have an invisible Chem and the other two are in a car driving off to get to the village.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we flash back to like
No.
to the most
No.
unnecessary flashback of my
So
life.
unnecessary. This is homophobic. Straight up. This pisses me off. And I
Yeah.
say that
So
unseriously, but actually I hate it so much.
yeah, I so we flash back to Dungeon, right? Charn and Jet past life, and Jin is getting married to a man. What happened to them running away to America?
Dude, they've been together for years. They were gonna run away together to America. Why is she
Yeah,
suddenly marrying a man? And she doesn't
yeah.
even want to. Like, it's
No,
straight
this is
up
her
like,
parents
I'm
doing.
doing it because I have to. Still love
Yeah,
you. And they're like, oh, I still love you. Let's
yeah,
try again in another life. It's like,
yeah,
no, that doesn't, like, bro, that's not how it works.
yeah.
It's fucked
Da
up. Let
is
the
like
lesbians be happy.
right. Like Da's like I can't handle this, so I'm still leaving. Right. So it's not even like we're gonna have a lavender marriage and then have our thing on the side. It's Da's just like I'd fuck this. Bye. And I don't blame her. I wouldn't be able to watch that either. I'd have dipped out too.
Why is she getting married
But
to
yeah,
a man? I don't
I don't know.
understand. I
Like
know
they
it's
were
like that 9 days, 4 days, but I don't give a shit. Have us
no,
be best friends that live with each other for like
right?
the next 50
That's
years.
the
It's
thing. Like
fine.
the last like flashback of them we got before this was them going, yeah, we're gonna go run away to New York together. Let's go plan it right now. And
Yeah.
then suddenly
A-
married.
And it's not just like, okay, this is like harsh realities of being a queer couple in like the 40s. So, like, I
Yeah.
get it realistically. But what I don't fuck with at all is just their reaction, where they just give up. They're just like, okay, this sucks. I still love you, but you marry that man, and you know what? We'll be together in a future life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, like, who?
No.
First of all, that's just not realistic. Like, no couple is gonna react that way. Like, they're
No.
just like kind of chill with it, and it's like, no, like
Yeah.
it would be like I would start a curse. I would start a new curse. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I guess at that point, maybe they'd had a little more time to process. Like, this is new information for us, but we literally see Jen in her wedding dress, right?
Mhm.
So it's not like this was new.
Yeah.
It's still, I still would be crashing out. Absolutely.
Uh huh.
Um, I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like in the 1940s. It's a whole different world, but like, absolutely not. Like, I don't know. Arranged marriage is stupid.
Yeah. I know.
So,
It just like it just feels like an unnecessary detail to put in there.
right,
Like we don't have to have Jin and Charn also come from like a doomed
right?
relationship. Like
No.
it just unnecessary, makes me sad. The lesbians have it
Yeah.
hard enough as is.
Yeah.
And
I wish we would have
yeah.
seen them like thriving in like New York or something like that, you know?
Yeah, or at
Like,
least like see some of like the problems up till now, like some of their struggle. It's just weird to kind of pop in now and just be like, I love you. Go ahead, marry that guy. I'll catch you next life. Like what? What
yeah.
are we doing?
I don't I don't know if they were trying to do the doomed romance thing to fake us out that one of them is going to die in this river now. Um
I
I don't
I don't
I
know.
don't
Like I'm all
because
for doomed Yuri, but you got to do it well. And this
yeah.
made me sad because I really liked Dot and Jin. I really
Yeah.
like their
They were
characters.
so cute.
Uh huh.
Um and like they're so pretty on top of that. Like they're cute together, but they're gorgeous. I'm
Gorgeous.
like let me have this.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Um so yeah, we have that random trauma
Yeah, small
because
rant.
of yeah. And then Charn is they're underwater still in the like we flash back to them present day and they're in the river. Jet is passed out. Charn kisses Jet and then also passes out in the water. Um but then after that Jet comes to because I guess the possession wears off, right? And he manages to drag Charn out of the water and starts CPR and he is crashing out, right?
Mm.
Valid. Totally valid. But he is crashing out while he's doing the CPR. But then Charn chokes up some water and they both survive. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Which is like, yeah, it's a good mirror to the drowning CPR scene of Grandma, who had a
Yeah.
very different outcome. So,
Yeah.
yeah, very stark contrast.
Mm-hmm. And then we jump back over to Jane, who is just so brave for fucking around with Rampoon, like literally fucking with
MVP.
her, right? Like she's shit talking Rampoon, but can't even like hear like Rampoon sees her, but she can't see Rampoon, so she doesn't know like how Rampoon's handling it. And Rampoon doesn't handle it because she slams Jane into the fucking wall and knocks her out, which means the like the spell that was keeping her in basically is no more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but by the time that happens, Kem and Pran are back at Pran's place finally, and they let Rempung sense that and be like, "Come here, come back this way, right? We're gonna fuck with the villagers instead." Um,
Mm-hmm.
so Pran and Kem are like at this temple thing. I don't know where that came from because I feel like that was a place that we hadn't seen up until this point. Like I don't
I
know if
don't
that
know.
was yeah. It might have been where they had like Grandma C's funeral. Like not the wake part,
Yeah.
but the funeral part, and that we just didn't see it in that way.
It wasn't like where
Oh
she died, was it?
no,
Okay. I don't
She died
know.
at a random lake.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like near
Oh,
that or like on
oh,
the
that I don't
land,
know.
but yeah.
So, but yeah,
Okay.
we're at this like one like temple thing, and the monk is there too. And
Mhm.
they basically put like this bubble shield thing around this area, and it's like, okay, Kem, you are not to leave where you are currently sitting. You are safe here, and that is it in this bubble. Rampoon can't get into it. Stay here, right?
Yeah. It's like what they do
And
the first episode.
huh?
It's
Oh
like
yeah,
what they do
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first episode.
Yeah. But it's just the monk doing this now. And
Mhm.
Pran has his knife from the Mountain Lord.
Yes.
So he has it, and Rampoon's or not Rampoon. Kem's like, we're not gonna use that. um, so Rampoon shows up, and she can't breach the safety bubble thing. Um, and Pran goes outside of it with her for some reason. I don't know why, but she does try to possess him, but fails. Right? Like he's too powerful for that, I guess. But then also, it's not really him. It was like an astral projection of him, and he's like invisible somehow. Like he has all these like superpowers all of a sudden.
Yeah. I was definitely very lost at this part, so
Yeah,
can't help you
like
there.
yeah. I mean, it's like his shaman powers. Like we don't know the extent of them anyway,
Mhm.
right? So like, I mean, sure, it's fine. Maybe he can make people go invisible
Yeah.
temporarily because he can astral project and stuff, whatever.
Yeah, again,
So
it was something I just like accept. I'm like, okay,
yeah, like it's
guess you
fine.
can do that.
So yeah, so she tries to possess him, fails, and that's when it's like, oh, that wasn't even really him. That was like a projection of him, and he's invisible. He is lurking around her. And she was able to sense enough to figure out where she is. So she does manage to like hurt him. But he also was able to hurt her back. And he and like I think he and like Kem and whoever they're like trying to like talk it out with her. And they're like, there's no like spirits nearby to like for you to possess. You know, we're far enough away from like the village and all this, so like, you know, there's nobody around here that you can like fuck with. And she's like, actually, you know, what you forgot about is this one other like battle that happened, and there's bodies buried there, and so those spirits are around. So I just possess those. So there are like a shit ton of spirits that could show up. Um, like right in the middle of all this, they show up and they like surround Pran, and that's how the episode ends. Is he is being overwhelmed by a bunch of spirits, which is terrifying. um,
Yes.
but yeah, Catchin at some point, like he's off somewhere else. Like he's not nearby, but he's close enough where he can kind of watch what's going on, but not really. And like he hits like a gong at one point, but I don't know what the point of that was. Um, that's a lot of what happens. Is
Yeah.
like random. I don't know why this is happening.
But yeah, but it's
Oh,
happening.
yeah,
Yeah, at this point too, I'm like, okay, there's one more episode. Like, we're mostly through the main conflict, I feel, and then it's two
yeah,
hours long, and I'm like, shit, like, what are we gonna do? But they
yeah.
just
We
kind of
resolve
have,
everything.
yeah, they
Yeah,
finish up the episode, and then they have like the bonus episode and
basically.
epilogue.
Yeah, because we finish up the core of this, I'd say, in like the first half hour. And the
Yeah,
next like hour and a half is like other shit.
yeah, basically. Yeah, because at this point I was like, oh my god, how much shit is gonna happen like for
Yeah.
the next two
Not
hours?
that
And it's
much.
like, no, not that much. So yeah, we pick up exactly where we left off, and the spirits are attacking Paran, and like the rest of the spirits, they try to break into like the big bubble shield thing around the temple, and Kem like really wants to like just dive in there and like sacrifice himself again to get it to stop, but the monk is like, don't, kid, don't do
Yeah.
that, like please stop.
Yeah, because Kem's trying to save Paran, right? Because Paran is
Mm,
like down.
yeah. And Mr. Monk here, he asks Rampoon, like, what do you really want? And she's like, I want Kem dead. And he's like, I just don't think that's going to satisfy you. Like, I just don't think, like, the revenge isn't going to be that sweet. Like, what do you really want? Like, at the root of the issue. And then Pran, who's like being attacked right now, he manages to use his powers to send off like the spirits attacking him, and his Naga tattoo is glowing, and he's glowing, and he's very divine right now. And so he is able to like use the knife's power to channel the Naga and like send off the spirits that are attacking him. Um like which is cool cuz like, you know, humans aren't supposed to be able to wield it, but he's not fully mortal. So, yeah, but now he's really weak cuz he did that.
So this is where I have probably the biggest problem with this entire episode.
Mhm.
Using that knife that way should have killed him. A
Yeah,
100% should have killed him. Like,
I
I
feel
know
like
past life he was a god or whatever, but he
uh
in his current physical form should not have been able to handle that. Like, that is specifically what the mountain lord said.
I think, yeah, I think the explanation is like cuz the god was like, okay, because he took the fall for you and was punished unfairly, I have to atone for that, basically. And so your reward, his reward is that he's going to be favored by gods and mortals. So for me, I'm kind of like, okay, the explanation is like there when he was using the knife, like the gods were favoring him, like they were kind of
Okay.
giving him a pass on that.
Okay.
That
That's
at
fine.
least
Because, I mean,
that
it's,
was like my
yeah. Because, I mean,
connection. But
there's long term issues with it, right? So, like,
yeah.
I mean, like, it's not all one, but I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
When he started, I was ready to sob because I thought he was going to die. Like, I
Yeah.
was
He's
fully
just like,
accepting that.
okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna die, and then this is not gonna go well.
Yeah. I think yeah, maybe
Um,
his like glowingness is like
yeah,
the the gods kind of
yeah,
channeling through him
because
and
that
like
was
letting him
the
have a
Naga
pass.
thing coming around him was really cool though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay, he's weak, but he's safe-ish right now. And
hmm,
so Kem steps out of the protection circle
of course he
and
does.
of course he does. He's been trying to do that for like weeks now.
Hmm.
And Rampung whips him the same way like that she was whipped, and she is like choking him, and Paran is too weak to do anything to help, and the monk is praying, and Grandma Seed, like her spirit shows up, and the two servants like show up, and who the heck's Yod? Oh, the brother
Yeah, the
shows
brother.
up. I'm like, it's been so long. um and they are all there to like tell Paren to focus because they're like, listen, you are more powerful than Rampung. You need to lock in, bro.
Yeah,
Uh, and Cam's mom also shows up to stop Rampung. So like all of the spirits that they've met throughout the show are joining together right now, which
the
does
scene.
it as much as it doesn't make sense. Like the kids
Yeah,
moved on, but they're here. So
yeah. And the mom was supposed to have moved on too, right? Because that's we had
yeah,
that whole big closure scene with Kem and her. The
yes,
scene feels very much like in the fourth Harry Potter, where
yes.
they're at the graveyard and Harry and Voldemort are having the standoff.
Uh-huh.
And all the like past people that like Voldemort had killed are all like coming out of like the wall.
Yeah, it's like exactly
That's what
like
this
that.
feels like.
Yeah, it's very kumbaya. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but
No. They don't really do
whatever.
anything either. They're just there, the
Yeah, they're
spirits.
just there to be like, you can do it.
Yep.
And okay, so Pran is like chanting angrily, and the monk is chanting normally. And I guess this like kind of works because Rampung starts vomiting blood. Ugh. And
Sure.
the monk then comes out of the safety bubble and he goes to Rampung and she's choking him, but he's like so chill about it because he knows the secret. And so he shows her who he is, and surprise, he is like the reincarnation of her son, basically. Um, which at this point I figured this out like 20 minutes ago. I was like,
Did you?
okay,
I didn't, but
yeah,
I was so distraught over other things. I wasn't even trying to figure it out. I was just like, yeah,
mm,
there's a monk here.
yeah, well, because I was thinking about the bloodline thing, because I was like, okay, so the first wife's bloodline must have ended, the king's life or the lord's life must have ended. Khemjira's the last one, but who's the son? And
Hmm.
I was like, oh, it's probably the monk.
Yeah.
So but she doesn't know, and so now she knows, and he basically tells her like, listen, let go of all your anger. And it seems very easy, but I guess it's the closure she needs, where basically, like, I mean, out of anyone who was wronged in the scenario, it was the son. Like,
Yeah.
he was murdered for being born,
Murdered.
basically.
Yeah.
um and so being able to like reconnect with him, and to have him tell her to forgive and forget,
Mm-hmm.
not forget, but to forgive and move on. I guess that's the explanation for what she needs,
Yeah.
because she totally 180s right away, and she's like, I'm so sorry, which is
Yeah.
like, it was very shocking to see this switch up. But
Yeah. It felt very, not like a letdown, but it was
mm,
so just all this anger and tension, and how are we going to survive all of this, to all of a sudden
she's
she's
sorry.
done, right? And she's
Yeah.
apologetic. And it goes back to the monk asking, what is it you really want? And it's not that she
Hmm.
wanted revenge, she wanted her son.
Yeah.
And it was basically, you need to let go of this so you can reincarnate, and
Hmm.
maybe you'll get to see your son in the next life, right? Like,
Yeah.
type of a thing. And having the son be the one to say that, you
Yes.
know? So,
it,
like,
it makes sense,
it
but
makes sense. I will say, so as much as I think this is kind of a cop out, I think this is the fairest way for things to end for Rampung.
yes, it is.
Because
Hmm.
anything worse than this, and it's she's being punished for being upset that her child was killed.
Yeah, I mean, she can either let the rage eat her alive,
Mm-hmm.
basically, or she
Yeah.
can let go. And that's the kinder option for
Yeah, and I
everyone.
think, yeah, I think it's a better story for like a
Hmm.
mom that's upset,
Yeah,
right?
especially because, like, I mean, the people that she was punishing suffered enough. It's
Yeah.
like, I support her, honestly, torturing the people who did this to her, but like, it's 200 years in the future. Like,
Yeah.
enough's enough. You if you're doing this for like 2 centuries, it's not what you actually need to heal
No.
and move on. It's
Yeah.
just, you're just doing it for the sake of revenge
Yeah.
and rage.
Mhm.
So
So, I do like that things are going to end on a good note for her.
yeah, I like that. I think she like, it was kind of jarring for her to be so
Yeah.
angry, and then her being like, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
like, I get it.
But I mean, the way he showed who he was to her was basically like putting her in like a like this fantasy, basically, where she's holding her son again, which is all she
Hmm.
wanted. And I
Yeah.
think that's where, like, that's why it happened so fast, because she went from like choking the monk to holding a baby. Um
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like, oh, okay.
And also, like, I'm choking my baby.
Yeah.
Like, if I continue to do this, I am actively
Also
hurting
killing my
him.
child. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so she's remorseful, and Kem, of course, because he's the sweet baby angel, he takes the high road, and he doesn't want to seek revenge against her, and so like his whipping wounds heal. We're calming down now,
Mhm.
and everyone is like saying goodbye to all the spirits and stuff again for the second time. And
Yep.
I like how you write in here, Rampung gets snapped by Thanos, vanishes into a lot of pieces. she
It's what
she
it looks
does.
like.
It really is. She's dust.
Yeah, she just, the same way that Thanos snapped in the Marvel movies happened.
Yep.
She just into a bunch of little pieces and floats away.
Yep.
It's like, oh,
Basically,
okay. So yeah,
yeah, there
closure.
she goes. Bye bye.
And we still have a good like 45 minutes of the show at
I
least to
know, and
cover.
I'm like, what's happening? But
I will say
we
they wrap up a lot of loose ends, so like it's fair.
they do, and they give us like a whole special episode too,
Yeah.
basically. So.
Which we're getting a special episode.
Oh, we are really?
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
Okay.
Green actually spoiled it like weeks ago. Like before the show
Oh.
I think even ended, she was doing some sort of interview. It was her and Kang and Namping, and she was like, "Yeah, the special episode." And you can see both Kang and Namping go, "It wasn't me," because Kang's normally the one to spoil everything, and Namping's usually just like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't
Well,
know when it's coming. We haven't gotten any details on it, but
I wonder what
I
it'll
think
be
Kang's also spoiled it.
about.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe we'll see the wedding or something.
Yeah, it's always a wedding.
Yeah. As long
Um,
as it's not a Jack and Joker bullshit. Um,
yeah, it might
I,
be. Who knows at
I
this
I
point?
don't think it will. I don't think anyone would do anything like that besides Ian and War.
Yeah. But yeah, so Sharon and Jet, they make it back and they're just like excited to be alive, which yeah, jazzed about it. Like
Yeah.
they almost died. And I love this part where Sharon basically asks, like, grills the monk about all the plot holes. Like, it was just so funny because I love Sharon. He's probably like my favorite character in the show.
Hmm.
Um, and he's just like, yeah. And so the monk is like answering like all the things that like didn't happen, or he's just answering all the viewers' questions. Basically, it's very self-insert. Um, and so he's just like, yes, all of this had to happen the way it did, so that karma could be settled. Like, you know,
It sort of makes sense because it was
yeah,
like, especially with like the final battle, if you want to call it that. It was he was like, yeah, if Pran didn't like offer himself and get like attacked that way, then Kang, Kem, these names, Kem wouldn't have tried to sacrifice himself to save them, and then um, it was like things had to happen a certain way, otherwise, basically, Rampung wouldn't have listened to the monk at that point.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it makes sense. That
yep.
part does at least.
And yeah, and then he kind of reiterates like Rampunk just wanted to see her son. She didn't really want revenge.
Hmm.
And Paran, he's like temporarily lost his power because he's so weak after using the knife. And Kem is like very dramatic about it.
He's
Like,
so funny. He's like, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna do
yeah,
this. I'm gonna do that, and whatever. And Fran's like, I didn't you lose my limbs.
yeah.
I can. I'm still a human.
Like I'm
We're
fine. I'm just like a little sick.
yeah. It's like I just can't do like the shaman stuff.
Yeah. And Kem's dad, who is a monk still, remember, he shows up and like Paren doesn't notice, but he's like all clingy, touchy to Kem, and they're like gonna kiss or whatever, and then Kem is like, "We're not alone," and he looks up and like monk dad is just sitting there, and he like offers them his support, but he's like, "Okay, just don't rush things, like take it slow." Which I love the dad just showing up like before and after all the shit goes down. Like
Yeah,
he's like,
not
I'm
there
not doing
for any of
more.
it.
Yeah.
Like, tell me he couldn't have been with the other monk doing like whatever prayer to like do the
Yeah.
protection thing. Like, come on.
I know, you gotta help with the bubble.
Yeah. I have beef with the dad. He
I
didn't
do
do
too.
anything. He's the most useless man in this entire show.
He really, yeah. And there's a couple useless men in the show.
Yeah.
And so the villagers show up to Pran's house, and like Uncle Shy, the leader, he also can now do like the astral projection thing. So he can like leave his body, which is cool. I guess he could, I
Yeah.
don't know, he could be a shaman too, I feel.
Hmm.
And he says like basically like, okay, I can handle the villagers' problems. Like basically I can do what you were doing.
Hmm.
And don't worry about it now that you have lost your powers. Like I'll fill in.
Hmm.
And then the rest of the villagers are also gonna like work together and help each other, and yay, teamwork.
Yeah.
So they're all good there. And they have like less to deal with now that Rampung's not attacking them
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. It's back to normal issues and not Kem's karma.
Yeah, basically. And Charn and Jet finally clear things up, and they're together.
Yay.
Yay! They're like back in college now and stuff, and or not yet,
No.
that'll happen. But they're getting
No.
back to the normal life.
Yep.
Um, and then Cam and Pren also have sex, and
This is a very good scene.
yes, this one as well. They have really good romantic sexual tension. And Pran also asked Cam to call him Pim, because that's like, he's like, that's the name my mom wanted to give me, so you can call me that. Which he asked him to do that earlier in the show, but he's like, when we're alone, you can call me Pim. But I don't think he explained why until
Yeah.
now. And then they go back to school. And then we have like a bit of a time jump actually. So the trio is back and it's time for them to graduate, and like Pam shows up. I guess what are they doing? Like long distance till
So
then? I don't remember.
yeah, so they were doing long distance to them because Peem Pran whatever was like having to relearn his shamanism basically
Mm.
and train and stuff like that. So he's doing that and he's staying back in the village, and Kem went to college.
Okay.
So, but they're in college, I guess in like Bangkok or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
so now they're back in they're in like the big town near like the actual village where Pran lives because it's like that village is like out in the middle of the woods basically, and like nearby is like the actual city that we go to
Mm-hmm.
a couple times, right? Like that's where like the one baby mama drama happened.
Yeah.
Um and like the train station is, and so that's where they are now. Is in like the main city of that area. They've
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they've come up there to do their graduation celebration unless it's just like a we're going to party with the villagers now that we've graduated.
Yeah.
Um So, because it seems like they didn't go back to that village the entire like 2 years we've now time jumped.
It feels like it, yeah. But I guess they miss it. So they go back for the party.
Yep.
And Jet introduces Sharn as his boyfriend to his dad, who we also like briefly met in the first episode, who was like kind of
Yeah.
disappointed in his son or whatever, but seems to be
Yeah.
supportive now.
Yeah. He's. 'Cause Charn's like, I'm gay, and so is Jet.
Oh yeah, I thought that was so funny. Like imagine just like introducing your like significant other to your parents and just being like, this is my boyfriend, this is my gay boyfriend. Like it's just so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Dad's here for it though.
Yeah.
At least we don't have that.
Yeah. Okay, wait, is this the first time we reconnect with Jet's sister?
Yes.
Oh my
Because she
god.
doesn't show up for anything else. We left her
We-
unconscious in the dorm.
For years, it seems like. um but cuz she wakes up alone, and I guess Kachen calls an ambulance for her,
Yeah.
which is like crazy. Like you forget about her till now. Here's her story.
Yeah. Because they never address her in the show in 2025. It's not until later when we're at this party.
Mm-hmm. Prim gets married, which good for her. She deserves to find someone who loves her.
Mm-hmm.
And Cam, he plans to go to the village to be a teacher, where Prim works. Is he going to the
Yeah.
village, or are they in a city nearby?
I think they're nearby.
Okay, they're nearby, I think.
Yeah. Because she's not teaching the kids in that town. She's teaching
Yeah.
some other kids.
Yeah, because
So.
I remember them saying like, "Oh, you could be a teacher in like a bigger city or whatever." He's like,
Mhm.
"Nope, this is good for me."
Yeah.
And Cam asked Pim if he got his like power back, but jury's
We don't get
still
an
out
answer.
for that one.
No.
And the party gets rained out, but yeah, yay,
Yep.
pretty good all around.
Mm-hmm.
And the four of them, they go to pray at a temple, and afterward Pim gives Cam a piece of paper with a date on it. This is so silly. And Cam's like, "What's this?" And he's like, "It's our wedding day." It's like, that's a crazy way to ask someone to marry you. Just be like, "Here's the invitation to our wedding. By the way,
Yeah.
are you coming?" Like, I guess I'll marry you. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Um, and you said that January 21st is the date on the invitation, but it's also the day they became a pair.
Yeah. So that's when
Okay.
Kang Namping became like an official pair,
Okay.
was that day.
Just a
So that's
little
why it's
reference.
that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cute.
Okay. Yeah, and that's mostly it, except there is another scene where they have children.
Is there? Was
Yeah.
that after the credits?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, they have like two boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
what I mean by I'm like, what is the special episode gonna be? Because they're already like married and they have children. So beyond that, I don't
okay.
remember what else happens with the kids, but I remember they have like two boys, and they're living at the temple or like the house that Paran's always lived at. So
What?
I swear, I don't think I'm making it up,
No,
but
I
but
remember
maybe I
seeing a
am.
photo of it now. Oh, the video's not going to play right now. I'll have to watch it after we're done recording.
Yeah, yeah, maybe
Go
something
back.
else happens. I don't know, but
Yeah.
like
I
we
don't.
do get very like epilogue, and then we get epilogue.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Green definitely said that we're getting a special episode, which has got to be. Oh, you know, it would be really interesting if we see her reincarnated. If we flash forward that far,
She is
because
their
if
son. I'm calling it now.
that would be crazy. But for the fact that Green was talking about the special episode means she's in it, right? Like why else would she be
Yes.
talking about it?
Let's go,
So it's
Diva.
yeah, so it's got to be tied to her somehow.
Yeah. Which I
Um,
love Rampung.
yeah.
Honestly.
So
She deserves so much more than she got
yeah,
like in her life, and
for
like I
sure.
just feel sad about her story. Like I do
Yeah,
think
I
she's
think.
justified to an extent, and then I think she takes it too far, but it
Hmm.
does still make me sad, like everything she went
Yeah,
through.
yeah. It's one of those for being a villain. She's not. She's not really a villain in the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like her actions are justifiable to an extent, right? Like
Yes.
not completely because murdering people is bad, but
Yeah.
they're understandable, and so
Mm-hmm.
you know you can relate to it to an extent and understand it,
Yes. And that's
and
how you write
so
a good villain. Like,
hmm
you know,
right,
you give
yeah,
them something people can connect with and
yeah. It's she's not just
understand their
evil for
point of
shits and
view.
giggles.
Yeah. Like sometimes like
Um,
evil characters literally are just like that. And it's like, okay, where's the depth? Where's the seasoning?
yeah, which I
So,
mean,
yeah. I think they wrote her like super well.
yeah. And like even like when you get a like an evil character that's just evil for shits and giggles, like there's a good way like you can write that and it go well
Yeah.
too. Because like sometimes it's fun to watch somebody who's just inherently evil,
That's true. If they're
right?
like flamboyant enough,
Yeah, like
I can get on board.
you gotta make it fun. Like it can't
Yeah.
just be like hardcore evil and like depressing. Like
Yeah.
make it fun.
Mhm. Exactly.
Like Vegas and Ken Porsche, right? Like that guy was problematic as fuck.
Mhm.
But like everybody loves him, partially because he's hot, but also like I don't know, like his like little date he went on with Porsche at one point is like one of my favorite scenes where they're like on the motorcycle and stuff together. So he's like still likable, but he also does some crazy ass shit for no reason.
Mhm.
Um, so but yeah, no, I love the show. Like it's not perfect by any means, but
Mhm.
I don't know. It's definitely my favorite that came out this year by a long
Okay.
shot.
Yeah,
Um,
I liked it a lot. It's probably in my top like 5 that came out this year. Top 3 maybe. I liked it a lot.
yeah,
I gave it like a 9 out of 10, I think.
yeah.
So,
This literally since I started watching it in October has taken over my life.
yeah, I will say I don't know if we talked about it a lot, but like the cinematography and the
It's beautiful.
settings are just
Yeah.
gorgeous. Like it really adds a lot to a show to have such
Mhm.
something so beautiful to look at, and like the scenes of like the kids performing for
Yeah.
like like their performance thing they did was just so gorgeous, and like
Mhm.
so many things like that really just made the show feel so well produced.
Mhm. It was
And
really well done.
Yeah. And I think like all of that, like this stuff, like you can't tell from just the plot, like us reading the
Mm-hmm.
plot alone, but it
No.
is something that adds so much to the show.
Yeah, it's how it's filmed, and I the whole cast, like whether it's our main four or if it's like the girls that played Da and Jin and Kamika, like everybody killed it. Everybody did
Mhm.
such a good job.
Mhm.
Um, and like the time period settings too, right? Like when we were in the 30s and the 40s, and like the vibes of that one, you could really feel it. It was.
Yeah. Yes, the 40s throwbacks too were just like so cute and
Hmm.
beautiful. Like and
Yeah,
I
the
love
costuming for that was
yes,
so pretty.
love the
Um,
costuming for all of the show.
hmm.
So, yeah, really
So,
really liked it.
yeah,
Very
it
I
was a good
understand why
time.
it's so popular. I think it's really
Yeah.
cool.
So
It
Domundi
honestly,
hit it out of the park.
if you like this, I think you, or not you specifically because I know you've seen it, but people listening would love I Feel You Linger in the Air because they
Hmm.
are so, so, so similar.
Yeah.
Like, in the sense of same with like the cinematography and costuming,
Hmm.
some of it's like a time, like I Feel You Linger in There is like almost fully a timepiece, and this one is like
Yeah.
a little bit so, but they also
Hmm.
deal with like spirits and weird supernatural things
Yeah.
happening, and
Hmm.
I feel like the vibes are very much the same. So if anyone
Yeah.
has watched Khemjira and you want something similar, you haven't seen I Feel You Linger in the Air, definitely check it out. I think you'll love it.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. So this is our last episode for the year.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
we'll
yeah. We'll
be
be a little break.
taking Christmas off next
Mm-hmm.
week. So, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. With I think it'll be a fun episode. Um,
Yes.
and then back to regular schedule after that. After the holidays. So, in the meantime, happy holidays to everybody and happy New Year.
Yes. Absolutely. Party it up.
Yep. Um, and you can find our merch at blintheair-shop.fourthwall.com or in the link tree. You can find us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok at bl.in.the.air. Twitter is BL in the air. Discord is also in the link tree. You can watch us on Spotify or YouTube or listen wherever you're currently listening.
Yes.
um, yeah. Come say hi in the Discord. We have quite the chatty people in there now. So it's
Yes.
been fun.
Love the Discord. I get all my
Yeah.
BL news and all my show recommendations from just
Yeah.
people in there. So
Watching everyone freak out over heated rivalry right now has been amazing.
we are dying over heated rivalry right now. So come
Yeah.
join us.
Yeah. Um Also, if you're listening on Spotify, feel free to give us a rating. That helps us a little bit. So, uh we appreciate it.
Mhm.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you
Bye.
then. Bye.